I quite enjoy the fact that the anniversary of the vPub, despite the fact that we don't normally celebrate it, the last time that we celebrated an anniversary of the vPub was when it turned 3 years old, 5 years ago. 5 years ago. But I kind of like that it falls on Thanksgiving. The first time I ever went live back in 2017 fell on Thanksgiving, and that's been the same, I think, almost every vPub anniversary session. And I think it's appropriate. Certainly, it's appropriate tonight because we don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Europe and the UK and anywhere out of North America, right? But I think it is a worthy thing to celebrate. I think it's nice every now and again to raise a glass to appreciate the things that you enjoy. And I want to use this anniversary vPub not to celebrate the thing, not to celebrate me. I want to do all of this tonight to celebrate you. I want to raise a glass and give thanks to you. I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you in a second. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Hello, Whiskey folk. Welcome, everyone. If you could see behind the scenes tonight, you might see me thinking I've bitten off a wee bit more than I can chew. Tonight, it's absolutely focused on you guys. It's absolutely focused on the community. So there are going to be familiar faces, well-kent faces, people that you might have seen appear here and there before. Certainly, you've probably seen the majority of them appear on the vPub before. But no one is from the whiskey industry tonight. There's going to be lots of opportunities for me in the future to welcome people in from the industry and celebrate everything that they do. Tonight is focusing on the people that give it life, the people that bring sentience to this so supposedly virtual world that we inhabit to celebrate our whiskey. I'm not the only online platform out there. There's lots and lots of places that you can go, but I've made a wee corner of the online whiskey verse for myself on a Thursday night, and I really have grown to not just enjoy it, but to love it, and you could argue rely on it. More on that in a second. I think it's fantastic. I don't easily tire of being grateful, of showing thanks for this thing that we've built together over the last 8 years. And I think it's okay to dedicate a wee session tonight to just look after ourselves, just to say, this is a good thing. We like this. We love whiskey. We love everything that it's given us. We love the relationships and the friendships that it's introduced us to. And we love the things that it creates. When you join whiskey together with people, things happen. And one of the things that's happened over the years, and I'm very grateful for it, is this community around this vPub session. So the way that tonight's going to work, I'm going to talk to you a wee bit about some headwinds, some challenges that I've had to face over the last couple of weeks. These are significant and they change fundamentally how the vPub is structured and how it's funded and how it goes forward. It's not intended to be an anniversary discussion at all, but the timing is I have to spend 10 minutes tonight to tell you about that and to tell you what we've attempted to do in order to recover a difficult situation there. I'll tell you all about that in a second after I've welcomed everyone in. Then after that, I'm just going to go straight into welcoming in guests. And I've put just kind of loose topics, whiskey, this condition of whiskey over the last 8 years, their favourite whiskies, their favourite moments, their favourite whiskey moments, that type of thing over the last 8 years, so we can just raise a wee glass together, have a bit of a chitty chat, and it gives me an opportunity to say thank you to folk as well. So in the background, I've got guests in the background in the green room. They're just popping in. They're just appearing now. And I suppose that's going to happen throughout tonight. Some people will appear and then they'll disappear again, and then maybe they'll pop back in. And I'm just going to have to keep my eye on people appearing and disappearing. But what's really, really cool down here, and I'm just going to turn my camera on here, because down here I've got a, a wee live video session happening, a video chat happening live, and I'm participating in that. But obviously, because of the mic setup, they can't hear me, but they can see me. So I'm about to bring them in live and show them on screen right now, so you can see what's happening in the background. Now, if you're wondering where the link is for this, let me explain that in a second. Is there any? Do you think this is going to work? Let's try this. There we go. So here we have. I'll need to get them to wave to you. Wave. I need you to wave. Hey, we're getting it. Yay! We're getting it now. We've got barflies in the background hanging out and having a wee video chat amongst themselves along the way, which is just fantastic to see. So I'm going to leave my camera switched on, so they'll see me, but there'll be about an 8 or 10 second delay if they're watching along on YouTube as well. Why have I done that? Because I want there to be color and faces. I want people to see that there are actually real people out there. This is the first time that we've been able to render lots of people real live on the vPub. If you're looking for the link for that live stream to participate, I think it can accommodate up to 50 or 100 participants. I'm not sure, but I think only 49 can appear on screen at one time. Listen, if we break it, we break it. Something's going to break tonight. The computer's screaming. The fans are going nuts. I don't know what's going on. Something is likely to go wrong tonight. But we continue, right? The link for this is in Patreon, and it's also on the Guardians forum under general discussions. A lot of you are going to go, what on earth is the Guardians forum? Please bear with me. All will become clear momentarily. So I've shared it with those people. Why? Because I can't put a link out there publicly. You know, I can't risk just loads and loads of folk coming in. So I'm trusting it to supporters of mine, Patreons and Guardians. So they have that link, and you know they're only going to join that video stream if they know that they're going to appear live. I'm going to bring them in live and a wee wave and raise a glass at the same time together and stuff like that. I think it's amazing that you join me every week here. I think it's really cool that, you know, a couple of hundred of you, 300 of you, sometimes more, get something out of the vPub every week. But once in a while, I just want to celebrate the thing itself. I just want to talk about us and remind us all that there's nothing virtual about this thing that we do, that we are very, very real people in real locations with real whiskies, having real experiences. The only thing that's virtual is this space that we make. Anyway, with that said, that's the way it's going to play out tonight. And of course, if you're really up for it, and I know for a fact you will be, at the end tonight, there is a Menno quiz. Lord Asshat himself has appeared specially. He's always up for it. He's always up for it. So if we make it through to the end, I'll participate along with you guys tonight, and we'll enjoy a wee bit of a Menno quiz at the end. I'm really, really looking forward to it all. Let's just get through it without too many hiccups. Anyway, let's do what we always do. Let's jump in and welcome all of you beautiful whiskey folk and dedicated barflies. Welcome, everyone. Cheers. I hope you're all doing great. I'll do what I always do, and I'll look for the orange. I think it'll be a wee bit quieter tonight because a lot of the chatty folk are on a wee video call off on the side, which is an interesting way to go around things here. Oh, my goodness. I have to be very careful here. There's lots and lots of stuff coming already. Alan Smith, happy anniversary, Roy. Here's to the next 8. Thank you very much for the dram, my friend. Alan Smith's bought me an £8.88 dram. That's a very specific number, buddy. Alan, it's fantastic. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you for your kindness as well, my friend. Whiskey with Molly celebrating being a barfly for 50 months, keeping everything absolutely ad-free. You and the other barflies, happy anniversary, Roy. 31 months is Pedro in Brazil. Thank you, Pedro, my superstar friend. He's saying, evening, Roy, and barflies, fantastic. Happy 8 years, says a grain of malt. That's James over in Sweden. Happy 8 years to the best community. Thank you, James. I agree with you, fella. That's... David, I think that's David Hong. I think that's David Hong in New York. Sorry, it's $8.88. These are. Oh, it's 8. Why am I so dumb? You're buying me an 8s. Of course you are. You superstars, David. Thank you so much. Congratulations on 8 years, Roy. Best wishes. Too slow, Rob. Fantastic, Rob. He's saying thank you, Roy. You're very, very welcome. Thank you for your support as a barfly. Celebrating 63 months, Rob. Dorpass Whiskey Tim has bought me a dram as well to say congratulations on 8 years. Seems like yesterday. I feel the same. I really do. Time is flying by. Julian Rickman, so good to see you in, Julian. He's saying thanks for 8 years and so supportive of my journey. Thank you, Julian. Thank you for being supportive of mine. Jerry Miller is saying it's so great to celebrate this wonderful channel. And Kiwi Igor, thank you, buddy. Thank you, Jerry. And Kiwi Igor is saying, Kiwi Igor, it's Kiwi Igor, isn't it? Saying happy 8th birthday. I smuggled my Glasgow to work here because he's in New Zealand. Good for you. Don't get caught, buddy. Celebrating a member for 12 months is Christoph Meyer, saying happy anniversary. Christoph, thank you for your help. And Jimmy Legg has bought me a dram to say I love you guys. Here's to 80 more years. I'll take it, Jimmy. Derek McGrainer's bought me a dram as well. Too much. It's all too much, guys. Derek, in lieu of a dram, I can't buy you in person. All the plaudits are well deserved. Derek, you're a superstar. I couldn't convince you to stay until the Sunday last couple of weekends ago, but I loved bumping into you at the Bon. It was nice to spend a wee bit of time with you. And you might find that your name gets mentioned a wee bit later. You'll see why. Happy 8th birthday from Eric in Canada. So grateful for you and the channel. Back to work, but wanted to celebrate you. Slancha, yeah, beauty. Thank you, Eric, you superstar. Here's to Renee. Here's to Derek McGrainer. Here's to Jimmy Legg. Here's to all of you. There's more coming in. This is Alan. He's saying happy 8 years. Very generous dram from Alan. Thank you very much, Alan. Thank you, big guy. That's super generous. 2588 from Gerben in the Netherlands saying congratulations and hope to see you for many more years. And Martin Jones, that looks like Martin Jones has sent out 10 Aqvavitae gift memberships. Thank you for your generosity, everyone. Wow. I'll try and interact with you as much as I can tonight. It's going to be quite tricky. So just do what you always do and hang out with each other. Chat to each other, whether you're watching me live on YouTube, whether you're able to join that live stream and participate with that. How many's in that just now? I think it's about 18 or 19 of the people in there. It's constantly reminded me that my mic is muted. Believe me, it has to be muted. So they're all chatting amongst themselves in there. They're enjoying themselves. Quite the thing. Raising a wee glass. I don't know if they'll see me waving at them. I'll try and get a wave back out of them. Come on, give us a wave. Give us a wave. Watch out for the waves. Let's just suggest that that's a rehearsal, okay? And yeah, okay, some of you are getting it. Yeah, some of you are getting it. Fantastic. So cool. Listen, if we get through the guests in a timely fashion tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my chat here and I'm going to reach out to a guest and ask that guest if they would like to appear live on the vPub. I'll then I'll email them a direct link. They come out of the video chat and they join the vPub live. I'll pick that guest at random a wee bit later. And yes, we'll see if we can make that happen. Sound good? We're going to break something. Okay. I've already hinted something to you, and I think we need to start off by talking about that. Some of the patrons already know, a lot of the patrons already know, but there's been significant changes happening in the background behind the vPub. And I shared it with all my patrons on my Sunday lock-in vPub session last Sunday night. We sat together and I just told them exactly the situation I was facing and told them about some of the alternatives and choices that I had ahead of me. These are significant fair night walkers. Bought me a generous dram to say good evening, Roy. Happy anniversary to this wonderful community. Grateful to celebrate with you all here. Here's to many more. Stevie O celebrating being a member of the 19 months. Totally humbled, he's saying, to be part of these lovely peeps. You're one of the lovely peeps, Stevie, and it's lovely to have you. And I've really generous dram from Danny Heppins and you, superstar. He's saying happy 8th vPub birthday, mate. Here's to many more, Slancheth. Thank you also so much. So I bared all and I told everybody what I was up against in the background all of this week. And the reason that there's been a lot less effort put into the vPub, let me tell you, is because I've been building something in the background. And that wasn't intentional. That was something that was forced upon me. I'm trying to reach something, and I'm going to put it on this screen over here for a wee bit later, because I want to share this with you all. Yeah, just have another screen to share, why don't you, Roy? Just have another thing buzzing in the background. Listen, we have to make these things work, right? And I can close that one down once I've finished with it, so it's all okay. Some of you might be aware of the gossip that's happening in the background, and that is that Patreon is closing down channels without announcement or warning and keeping the funds if those channels are promoting the sales of alcohol. So by offering a link, a URL, a voucher, a discount code, whatever it may be, an exclusive coupon, anything like that. I imagine that if you were also involved in using Patreon to spread the word about your events and your in-life and in real life events that I love to do as well, if you were seen to be offering that type of thing to your patrons, which I always do first, my patrons don't get a lot in return, so I always try and prioritize them for things that come along. I imagine that Patreon would have a similar outlook to that type of activity as well. So I had to sit long and hard and think about what I want the channel to be going forward. Can I just step back and say, right, no more bottles, no more exclusive events, no more barfly releases, that type of thing? And immediately you just feel hollow because of the joy that I've experienced out of that. And I'm not talking about joy because I earn commission on the bottles. That's not what I'm talking about, because it's a nice commission. It's a nice garnish. It's a lovely bonus. But I can't make a living out of that. The joy that I've had out of those bottle releases is for us all to be enjoying the same whiskey at the same time. The buzz about it, the fact that we're all over the planet sipping the same whiskey. And all of these whiskies are released at my invitation. I approach the distiller, producer, independent bottler, whatever it may be, in order to realize these things. These are very, very focused upon the channel, my content, me, my preferences, everything. I absolutely want that to be part of what I imagine for the channel and the community going forward. I think it's clear. Patreon have continually, I feel, shown themselves to be unpredictable, fickle, volatile, and over time there's not a lot that they've done in the development of their platform to suggest that the creators are in their priority. It's just, I've spent 8 years, I've invested 8 years in that platform. So let me say up front, I will continue to invest in the Patreon platform. It will exist for as long as there are supporters that are willing to step up on Patreon or remain on Patreon to support me. It will exist. But in parallel, I have to start building another revenue stream, another community, or another outlet for the same community. I have to find a way that I can take control and autonomy for myself, and I won't wake up one day to be locked out of my entire community and my earnings because somebody, potentially an automated system, has decided that my content doesn't meet with their terms and conditions. That is what I've built in the background. So I'm going to show you something just now, and I'm going to ask everybody, don't everybody just grab their Patreon parachute and jump out. Consider the alternative first and look at it first. I need to get to the end of the month with Patreon. If Patreon gets spooked and everybody wholesale leaves Patreon, my Patreon support, they're going to come looking at the channel and try and work out why, and I might end up finding myself under review again and have my funds frozen. So relax a while. We're still ironing out the kinks in the background of the new alternative, but come 1st of December, this is going to be fully live. It's live right now, but it's a work in progress. Come 1st of December, it will be live on Monday. So next week, I usually am able to draw my funds out of Patreon by about the 5th of the month. So between the 1st, so all of next week, between Monday and Thursday, Friday next week, that's when you can have a look at the new platform and make up your mind whether you want to continue in Patreon. or you want to consider switching to support me and become a guardian. Why am I calling it guardian? Is that not, sounds a bit grand, doesn't it? It sounds a bit, no. We are all just transient protectors of a thing. And in our case, it's to leave whiskey in a better condition than we found it, whether that's through its community, through its health, through its sharing of knowledge, through its responsible consumption, whatever it may be. We are all guardians of whiskey. There are producers and distillers out there. There are marketers. There are lots of people, company owners. They are guardians of whiskey. And there can be no doubt on a very, very small scale, on a small, small level, over 8 years, how appropriate is that? I suppose that it's come up in this vPub tonight. Over the last 8 years, you have absolutely been guardians of me. You have given this channel life, vibrance, a reason for me to rock up here every Thursday night and share everything with you, whatever it is that's on my mind. You've given me that, you've empowered me to do that at my own whim and mood, whatever that I care about, whatever that's getting the blood flowing for me every week. You just allow me to do that. You allow me to do it with impartiality and full independence, with no loyalties or sensibilities to worry about in any direction. Because I'm funded by you, so my loyalties are to you. Honesty is therefore forefront. I am therefore also a guardian of yours. I need to continue that going forward. Let me show you what I've built. Remember, just to be clear, please don't wholesale parachute on Patreon right now. Wait until you check this out and over the course of the next few days, certainly into next week when we know that the thing is stable and finished. There's nothing stopping you from doing it in parallel, but you can understand why I'm nervous about this, because Patreon could just simply say, I know it sounds like paranoia, but you can look at at Hunter's channel in the States, Bourbon Hunter. He had a Patreon community and they switched it off overnight and kept his money. Now, they told him that they would refund the money to his supporters, but obviously they can't do that because there's supposed to be an appeal process. He showed us the appeal process and it is absolutely not fit for purpose. For me to see his experience and witness what he went through blow by blow is terrifying. So I'm now looking in the eye of all my peer creators, everyone that's ever started a Patreon community, and I'm saying to you, you're not in immediate danger, but think about how you're doing things and think about whether that goes against Patreon's terms and conditions or sensibilities. I did not know that I was doing anything or potentially going to be doing anything against Patreon sensibilities. And as far as I'm concerned, I've done everything right by Patreon. So the idea that they can just step up without any warning and switch me off, that's not tenable. It's not sustainable. You can understand why it's not attractive for me. We have an alternative today. Let me show you this. I'm going to try my best to do this wee screen share with you. This is the Aqvavitae website. It's had a wee bit of a cleanup, brought back up to date, but it was dormant for years. I really wasn't using it. Now there's a reason to use it. If you see this support Aqvavitae, Aqvavitae Guardians comes up. Now I'm logged in right now, so it's going to take you straight to the Guardians page. But if you're, well, I can probably log out. Let's not do that. What you'll see is a very, very similar page. This is the welcome page. This is telling you everything that you need to know about how this thing is set up, what the benefits are, and what I'm offering you in return. Thereafter, you can choose a tier, and these are set up to match as best I possibly could a per creation model in Patreon. This is not a per creation model anymore. This is a monthly subscription model. So the monies that you see here are not per video as it has been in Patreon in the past, not per vPub. This is per month. So I've had to try and match. I've had to look at what people are typically supporting me with, what level that they're at, and try to give them an easy tier that they can jump to. So Drambassador, Disciple, and Pink, and Evangelist, you can see here, all still exist. But they've been joined by new tiers, Drambassador Plus, Disciple Plus, and Aqvavitae Guardian. That'll be charged monthly. and it's through Squarespace, it's through any, you can use, I think you can use PayPal, you can use any credit card, any debit card. It's just an inbuilt transaction fee that's paid, and looking at it, it should work out much more cost efficient for me too. I've tried to explain everything in these pages, and there's an FAQ section talking about what happened to Patreon, how else is Aqvavitae funded, can you support anonymously, what's the difference between a guardian, a patron, and a barfly, can you make donations, how else can you support the channel, and where else can you find Aqvavitae content. So that has been built in the background. You can also have access to a messaging system and forum. Also, just the same as you enjoyed on Patreon, I was using it as a weekly blog. There was sometimes more than weekly content going out there, but generally speaking, you would see at least one blog every time I shared the next creation with you. I would give you a little write-up, and I'll continue to do that, and that'll be the blog here. So we can quickly look. So you might see this is an introduction post, and then you can see if you're a patron supporter, you've already seen these two posts here. This is exactly mirroring Patreon right now. Everything you see in Patreon will be done here in parallel. And I'll continue to do that for as long as I need to. But you can also have access to the community forum as well. And that gives you the ability to post and ask questions and interact with each other and direct message each other too. So remember that when you sign up for this. Also, if you want to be made aware of future bottles, and future releases from me, when you sign up to support, you need to allow marketing. You need to allow me to be able to email you to let you know when these releases, these events, these new videos, whatever it may be, these interesting things. I will not spam you. I'll continually try to send you stuff that you want to be connected with, that you're interested in. That is the future of the channel. Thank you for your understanding. Thank you for your indulgence. Thank you for allowing me to have a little bit of time there just to share that with you. There's going to be a lot of chit chat going forward. I'm going to have to find out ways to share new language, to let everybody understand what a Patreon, what a guardian is, what a Patreon is, all of that type of thing. And I'm going to try and do that as best as I possibly can in the weeks ahead. If you've got any questions in the meantime and you're still on Patreon, don't worry. You're not going to see a change in the way I communicate with you on Patreon. So direct messaging is still there. You can ask questions. You can do anything that you want to do to understand. Or I can lead you to aqvavitae.com and you can have a look around there and see what the offer is. Sorry, that was a wee bit stressful, because I think you can understand that what I'm actually actively messing with there is my earnings, my living. That's what's been built up over the years. Listen, it was a hobby until COVID, and then it became my job. In 2020, I was living off minimum wage, but I'm not living off minimum wage today. I've built this thing up year after year after year, and since 2020, I've made this my living, and I'm very, very proud of it. But I'm also very, very nervous that someone else can step in and end it. So hopefully you understand why I've taken all those steps. Okay, that's where we're at. Time to get on to the fun stuff now. Thank you for your indulgence. Cheers. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and lighten the mood a little bit. I'll have a wee look at the guest lists, see who's behind the scenes here. I think I would like to go out to somebody who's got some other commitments on tonight and is going to be dropping in and out throughout tonight. So I'm going to get someone in a wee bit earlier. If I talk about some of the events and my favourite whiskies, I'm not going to get emotional. Stop. If I talk about some of the events and some of the things that's been afforded to me over these 8 years of not just discovering whiskey, you know, whiskey's been over 20 years now, but taking whiskey online, doing this thing, I could list loads of fantastic things and opportunities and moments, but I have to be honest that what I wasn't expecting I knew I would meet people through this. I didn't think I would make genuine friends. First one I'm going to pull in is a genuine friend of mine. Some of us know him as G. McQuee, Time for a Dram. Some of us know him as the main character. I'm going to bring in my pal, Gregor McQuee.
How are we doing?
Very, very well. Very, very well. I'll have to get these horrible blue colours off. What's happened here? That's a settings thing? Listen, while you're chatting, I'm going to get rid of that. But it's nice to see that tonight you're Time for a Dram. Nice to see you.
There we go. How are we doing? Blue is to signify Scotland reaching the World Cup.
It was an automatic change. That's what it is. But it only took you a few seconds to get that in there. Well done.
We'll park it now, though. That was it.
No, I have to say, don't stop sending the memes. Don't stop sending videos. It's still not. It's not too much already. We've got to enjoy it. I think it was that was a game for the ages, Gregor. Right?
Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah. Anyway, my friend, it's nice to have you. I was trying to think when we first met in Edinburgh, and I couldn't put a date on it. I remember us taking a photo together next to the Ur Wully statues that were about at that time, and I couldn't find it. I just couldn't find it. I think, could it have been 2018 or 2019?
Yeah, it was definitely pre-COVID, so
yes,
somewhere or thereabouts. And it's funny, I've been trying to go back through some of the streams, the live streams. It's my quest to find where I first actually get acknowledged by you in the chat. I need to find that. I need to immortalize that moment.
Well, that would have been back when I was in my tiny wee office upstairs in the corner, before I was allowed to expand and have whiskey shelves and things. So I think that would be going back to 2017, 2018, buddy.
Yeah. I might have gone back and watched your first two just recently in preparation for today. That's funny.
And you never found it?
Not yet. I don't think I was that early an adopter. So I need to see when.
How did you even find the content? Were you recommended or something from someone else?
It's funny. I was just on I was doing a podcast with Martin and Kim, and we were chatting. Your name gets dropped quite a lot, and I was trying to remember. I was trying to track how I happened across you. I don't think I found you first when I went to find out about whiskey on YouTube. I think I would have been Ralphie Aware. And then I've got a feeling it was either Test Dummies or Four Dummies.
Yeah.
I think it might have been Four Dummies that was name dropping you quite a bit. And then I went on and found you, and I found your pronunciation videos. And then I was like, okay, we're going to become mates, whether you like it or not.
Well, let me tell you, if there's truth in that, I'm very, very grateful for it, fella.
Me too.
But we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it light tonight. So it's been a few years. Listen, I wanted one of you boys to come on here. I wanted one of the bottle chasers to come on. You, Scotty, Sevi. We've become a wee bit of a mental health group at times. We've become a wee bit of a kind of encouraging each other to spend, encouraging each other to not spend, and just general nonsense. It frustrates my real friends that I spend more time with my whiskey friends these days, right? I don't know if you feel the same. But
well, yeah. No, it's true. Now, when I get a trip home, whenever I'm coming back, particularly around festival times as well, but still, yep. I'm building in little buffers now to be with my Glasgow mates, which didn't exist before Aqvavitae.
Well, you have to, because we're not just your Glasgow mates now, right? We're your whiskey pals.
Exactly.
Now you're at the helm of the Dramface podcast as well. When are we going to see some more content? We're desperate for it, big guy.
You might have to have a word with the editor-in-chief.
Right, okay.
On that one. But I can tell the tens of you that are waiting for the next episode. We have banked 2. We've recorded 2. The magic still needs to happen on editing, but I would hope for 1 before the end of the year, and we might even sneak a wee Christmas special in.
Yes, listen, I've got all the best excuses, right? Oz was Glasgow Whiskey Festival, and just when I thought I was seeing some light at the end of the horizon, the Patreon challenges pop up, right? So,
aye,
yeah. So I've had to build a subscription site in record time.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I'm just making excuses. The video, we did try a new way of recording the Dram Face podcast as well, so that it can be kind of like, okay, that's just good to go. Let's bookend it and put it out there. So we'll have a wee look at that and see if that can't happen. Yes, and I owe the Colonials a pile of content as well, so that's on the way. But honestly, thanks for being part of Dram Face as well. I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I can't. I do have something to share. I do have a review. I do have a whiskey review to share on tonight's stream. I don't know if we do that now or not, but
aye, absolutely.
For sure, Roy, my life is far richer for having got to know you and include you in the warm centre core of matedom and the friends that you've brought. Like, I'll get too emotional, but
yes.
I have.
Well, it's not very. I think that one of the things that's cool about whiskey as well, it's okay to vocally, and I suppose it's as you get a wee bit older in your middle age, I think it's okay to vocally appreciate each other, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I might have missed the memo or the Menno. Hey, what's in your glass? Have you poured the Glasgow?
No,
by Glasgow.
No, but at some point tonight, I forgot to mention to everybody, there is going to be a point that all the people that's kind of watching along in the background here are people in the wee video chat or barflies in the background. So you've got some Glasgow. You get in the glass.
No, I was going to open it on the stream.
Let's get it open. Let's just get it open. This is a whiskey that will grow on you. Every single pour that you have of this whiskey will get markedly better and better and better. It's unbelievable to me. It's an incredible whiskey.
How do you feel about plastic on a? It's a bit finicky, guys. It's not bad.
Now Libby at the distillery showed me. She just twists it off. She just cracks through the plastic and pops it off, and because it's fiddly, right? Oh, hey. There we go. Locking cork.
Hang on. Slanja,
fella. Here's to 8 years.
Hey. Wow. And it means so much more, that whiskey, now that I visited it when I was over. It's such an industrial looking spot. I don't know what I was expecting to see, but it wasn't what I saw.
Do you not think that, you've got there's nice distilleries in Edinburgh, but Glasgow distilleries, it almost mirrors Glasgow the city, right? That kind of grungy aspect. Just making it do, the personality behind it, the life, the vibrance.
Yeah,
I think it's very, very Glaswegian in spirit as well. I don't think that's deliberate. I think it's inevitable.
It just doesn't. It doesn't quite have the Hogwarts magic that Edinburgh has, but it's the spirit.
Stop myself from saying so.
It's the spirit that counts. It's great, fantastic. Right. Hey, what a dram! But that's my neck pour. It's going to open up, right?
Yeah, well, you're just going to get, for me, it's just full of fruits, hard candies, fruit pastels, bit of Turkish delight in there too, toffee caramel, all the stuff that we love from bourbon. But it's going to come alive for you. Trust me. Let's see how you get on with the next few glasses. I know you'll share, and I know you'll share honestly as well.
Well, funnily enough, I did share with the Portland community, my whiskey crowd here. I mentioned to them that you were doing this bottle, and 3 of them wanted the second bottle, so they're going to split it. So you're reaching the Pacific Northwest with your picks, Roy.
Fantastic. Well, that's good. So did you manage to get 2 bottles then?
One for me and then one for the group. So
okay,
they're going to enjoy it.
Okay, fella. Well, I was worried there when you said that you had something to review. I was a wee bit worried that you were actually going to figure out how to switch these annoying things off. I was worried that you were going to just go out and review the Glasgow, which would have been fine, I suppose. But
do you remember on your when the vPub hit 3 years, when it officially became a whiskey?
Yes, when the vPub officially became a whiskey, you were on. Yes.
Aye, I gave you my 3-year review.
Yes.
Well, in a shameless attempt to be invited to write for Dramface, I've written my review in the format of Dramface.
Fantastic.
Shall we go for it?
Yeah. Would you like solo screen for this?
Well, I don't know about that. Might be nice to see your face, your reactions.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll go in the order that you would see it on the website. So, spoiler, you're going to get the score straight away. 10 out of 10. Whiskey Community Nirvana. TLDR. This is the pinnacle. It's what we're all pursuing. The perfect pub. A rare thing indeed. In order for this to be awarded, a unicorn's tear was shed. Title of the review: Maybe 8 is in fact the magic number. Nose. This vPub's nose is rarely out of joint. Indeed, it's developed nicely since we last took a sample at 3 years of age. There's a complexity here that could only come with the age and maturity. A face full of drams and an online squirrel whipping association has now come to join the aroma party, and it's all the better for it. And yet, central to the nose is its founder spirit, warmth, enveloping evangelism, and above all else, integrity. Palate. And so onto the palate. A lot to live up to. Hell's bells, this is good. If the nose was inviting, the delivery is top tier. The early days of wafting curtains and green foliage in the background has made way for a library-like setting, which affords us all a wealth of knowledge and insight. While some may quiz at why this whiskey lasts so long, the vast majority have come to embrace the alchemy that is at play. With notes of molly moose, jazz hands, and ass-shaped hats, other whiskies simply don't have a leg to stand on. The dregs. Let me be frank and make this crystal clear. This whiskey is pivotal to so many barflies. Lives would be a little less colourful. Thursdays would be a little tougher to get through. Whiskey Mondays wouldn't exist, and purchases would be made in horrific error. Venn diagrams of its makeup would show it's the intersection of A, altruism, B, banter, C, community, D, drams. It's the perfect manifestation of its founder. It really is fine and rare. So I'll raise another dram in his honour and look excitedly to when it hits double digits, because we aren't going anywhere. Slanja. There you go.
You're a superstar. You know, I'd begin you a big cuddle right now, right? I mean, we do have a leg to stand on. I loved how many different names you got in there. I don't know if I need to listen to it back again to make sure I missed them all. So many names, right? Very much in the spirit of the virtual malt as well, I think. Fantastic. Fantastic. I don't think it's good enough for you to be a writer for Dramface, though, big guy.
Okay, all right. I'll chat GPT it next time.
Yeah, chat GPT it. That's right. I wonder if chat GPT could pull off such a thing as you've just done there. It's fantastic. But as you know, it wasn't about celebrating the kind of this 8 years of the vPub. Is actually, I'm trying as much as I can to bring on people for the community side, to shine a light on them, to shine a light on you and the vibrance and the life that you've brought to it over the years. I'm very grateful and privileged, and it's really nice to hear you reading out something like that. But it's a wee bit troublesome too, big guy. It's hard. We're Scottish, right?
Aye.
Humility it's hard to take compliments with grace, isn't it?
I know.
It's uncomfortable. But thank you. That's superb. Send it to me, will you?
I will do. I will do.
Thank you, fella. Can I ask you before I let you go? I gave you a couple of prompts. What do you think's happened to whiskey over the last 8 years while the vPub's been broadcast, and what's happened to your whiskey journey in the last 8 years? Have you got a favourite whiskey, a favourite moment, anything you want to share? Pick your...
I didn't read my brief. I didn't realize there was prompts.
You were
I've been
busy
too
writing a
busy.
review.
I was writing a review, and I've been making a 3-course dinner.
It's Thanksgiving, of course. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, aye.
In that case,
No. I'll give you something. Give me the brief again. What was it? Memorable dram or?
so you could have picked up most memorable dram or a most memorable moment. Those I think were fairly easy ones, but also what you think's happened to whiskey over the 8 years, how it's changed.
I think much like you and others have said, like we've never had so much good whiskey right now. Like you're now, it's hard to find a bad whiskey. There's some
It's coming back to
distilleries.
us again.
Aye, there's some distilleries or marketing that's slow to catch up, but it's fantastic times, to use the vPub's most used word, fantastic times.
Yep.
Most memorable moment, there might be a couple, if you could indulge me. I think a cold, wet, dead end street in Glasgow out the front of a church where I first met, or we first, all 4 of us, the bottle chasers, met in real life.
2 meters distance from each other.
Yeah, man, wow. That stands out for me. I think sipping whiskies with you in Texas, of all places, blows my mind. Being a stand-in for you on the year that you couldn't make it at the same place was quite the experience. I think what whiskey and indirectly through you and the community you've created, the fun I've had with my lifelong friends pivoted around whiskey, like a whiskey road trip. And again, that probably wouldn't have existed had it not been for finding this place and finding the vPub and it igniting my passion.
And we get to see your pals at the events as well.
And they talk about you now. It's Roy. It's not Aqvavitae. It's Roy.
Right. Right.
So I think if I could just wrap it all up, I think what you've created and what you continue to give is giving us so much more back. It's a multiplier to the nth degree, infinitum, and that's testimony to you and your character and what you're about. So all of our lives, definitely, it can get a bit too much, but our lives are definitely richer for what you've done and what you continue to do.
Well, that's an added bonus. It's really nice of you to say. The reason I love rocking up here on a Thursday night is because it's my mental health outlet. It's my quiet time as well. It's my connection with all the best that humanity has got to bring forward, right? Our community is just... How good was Glasgow in 2025, Greg?
Oh, it's unreal. It's unreal. There's a podcast that sadly has not... It's went into the tech issue gods, where we talked about my first Glasgow Whisky Festival, and that was where the virtual became very real, right? That was where you've long since talked about the success of the podcast, and you keep hearing compliments and
yes,
and then seeing that play out in the real world was huge. And then just seeing people, and it's funny, I got a little insight into your world where people by 2 names now. Their real name and then their handle. And I was reminded,
it's
actually
3 things. You know them by their image. That's the hardest thing for me. And then you know them by their handle, and you can associate that where they're from and things. And sometimes, if you're lucky, you actually know their real name through that as well. It's crazy, right?
So now Glasgow was fantastic. It was it continues to pull me. I'm still on the fence about next year. I need to...
We need to have you. It's going to be the biggest Dramface gathering there's ever been. I don't think there's any country not represented by Dramface in 2026. That's just an amuse-bouche for you. It's just a wee appetizer. So we're gonna push the boat out even further in 2026. Gregor, it's easy to look at Scotty and say, I love you, man. It's easy to look at Sevi and say I love you, man. It's not as easy to look at you and say I love you, man, because you're here in front of me. But I do.
Just call me a wee diddy.
I do, and I appreciate you. I appreciate your humour. I appreciate your stupidity. How much hours you must spend at HR is ridiculous, right? But I appreciate all of it. I'm here tonight to celebrate 8 years of the vPub, to tell you, and I've done a terrible job. It should have been me writing a review about you. But I'm very, very grateful. Here's to Gregor. Here's to the Bottle Chasers. Here's to everything that whiskey affords us. We shouldn't be making friendships at this stage in our life, but I'm grateful for it. Cheers, fella.
Cheers, barflies.
Go and have your Thanksgiving. If you pop in a wee bit later on, if you're here for the quiz, if you're here for any other chit-chat, or raising a glass to the Glasgow, as we all try to do it harmoniously at the same time, I'll bring you in. Gregor.
Cheers, Roy. Time
for a dram. Dramface podcast extraordinaire. Take care, fella. Hey. Cheers.
Happy Thanksgiving.
What a guy. What a guy. I'm not always that nice to him. Let's see what you're saying very, very quickly. I appreciate that I'm going to be missing lots and lots from you tonight, and I most certainly are. Steve Wilson, you superstar, bought me a dram to say Aqvavitae, raising a glass to 8 years and many, many more to come. Thank you so much, Steve. Too Slow Rob has bought me another dram, a super generous dram. He's saying thank you for all the barflies, whiskey, and the king of ass hats, and Malt from Malt Minion. That's Chuck. It's just fantastic. Thank you so much, Chuck. Thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for supporting me. Ian Bruce is saying happy anniversary, Roy. Here's to the foreverness and boundless connection that this community has provided with fantastic support. Just like the Figure 8 vPub is infinite. Oh, I see what you did there, Ian. Well done in giving us all a voice. Thank you so much, Ian. That means a lot to me. 5 Aqvavitae gift memberships has just been bought by, right, it's DBH Guitar. We're trying to figure out who that could be. The handles on YouTube have been screwed up a wee bit, but thank you, my friend, for your generosity. Wonderful generosity. Major Nut has bought me a dram as well to say, not been here for 8 years yet, but got so much out of the vPub and Aqvavitae together with the barflies, and here and over on Facebook, hoping for many more years, more to come. Slantia. That's Thomas, Major Nut Thomas. There we go. Cheers to you, Thomas. Thank you so much. And Neil Almond has just joined and signed up to be a member of the Barflies. Thank you for support, Neil, you and the rest of the Barflies. Keeping all the YouTube content completely ad-free. And look at the generosity that's come from my pal, Eric Waite, on the west coast of the US. Congratulations from your first in-person guest. You've been a huge inspiration in my whiskey journey. Eric, I remember you coming to Glasgow. I remember us eating breakfast together. I remember you having haggis for the first time. I remember how emotionally affected you were by your first trip to Scotland. I remember you, Eric Waite. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you for your generosity. Cheers. And Highland Hamish has bought 5 Aqvavitae gift memberships for any barflies out there that would want to have access to some fun channel-themed emojis while you have it. Thank you. Like I'm also saying, I was telling Peter Lee, the other whiskey friends recently, I've made better friends in whiskey with people I've only met in person a handful of times than I have in Sweden in 10 years. I know what you mean. Listen, there's no pressure on us. We don't need to get into the nitty-gritty of life when we're together and participating and enjoying our whiskey. Everything that we talk about and everything that we enjoy when we get together is all very kind of high energy, wonderful positivity, easy to enjoy type stuff. We do need our real friends. We do need those kind of real bonds and relationships to get through. But it's much, much easier when you have a mental health adjustment to realize that the human condition is actually a very, very positive thing. Okay, let's get on to my next guest. I've got a few to get through, and I really want to do my best to do that very thing. I want to introduce you to a man right now that I put on a pedestal way back when I first met him. He was a host to tastings that I used to go along to. And then when I signed up to the Glasgow Whisky Club and joined the Glasgow Whisky Club in 2016, lo and behold, this fella was here as well, and he was part of the Whisky Club, and he was the wisdom and the way he looked at things was not always a traditional outlook, but it was always fascinating to me. I loved it when he was hosting, and I loved it when I could sit near or close to him, and I felt like I would just take in some of this knowledge by osmosis. Now that I've known this fella for for counting on for 9 years now, 10 years, more actually, since the tastings, I still have him on that same pedestal. I think that he's one of the most incredible guys out there in whiskey, and he acts in a way that is really, really endearing too, because I don't think he has any idea of the value that he brings to us. Now that I've said all the nice things, I can get him on and just say funner things. I'm talking about Roddy Graham. Roddy, if you're in good shape, my friend, yeah. Look at the t-shirt you're wearing as well. This is what I want to talk about. This is absurd to me that Roddy Graham is on my vPub wearing a t-shirt for my recycled reviews back at a time when I couldn't see anybody. I couldn't see anybody above you. How, of course, we learn that we can learn whiskey knowledge from everyone, but you were clearly, I just wanted to be orbiting you so much in the early days because of the wisdom, the kind of matter-of-factness that way you spoke about, not just whiskey, but booze in general, let's be honest, my friend. And yet here you are here. Roddy, I've invited you here tonight. Just look at, if you were to see the live chat right now, it is just, there is nothing to read. It's just tie-dye Roddy emoji. Those people see what I saw back 10 years ago, what everybody knew 10 years ago, but it took me a while. I'm very, very grateful. It's nice to welcome you, my friend. You're still at work.
We finished, we cleared up amazingly. So we had a Glengoyne tasting in the shop, and we had not just Gordon Dallas, who is more of a leather than me, but we had his colleagues Carlos and Danielle.
Fantastic.
Which was great. And yet somehow we managed to, my colleague Joe and I managed to get cleared up by 10:15.
So I was trying to eke it out to make sure that you were okay, and I was looking and you were off screen and things, but you were ready to come in earlier, and I've been blethering to Gregor. I put Gregor before you.
I loved Gregor's
review.
Poetry. I mean, we have to. It's not an epic but what is it like? It was lyrical poetry. It was wonderful.
Well, I think I've missed a lot of the names he managed to weave into it.
I know. How long was he working on that for? How long was he doing that for?
Well, what's amazing is he's already admitted he's got a 3-course Thanksgiving dinner to do as well, because he's the chef in the house, a wee bit like me, right? So
madness.
But I'm grateful of it. So I didn't need you to put any thought into a review. I didn't need you to put a thought into anything. I just gave you a little kind of prompt to give you a sense of kind of comfort that we're going to have something to talk about, and we can talk about that. But I am asked 2 questions more than anything else. Number 1 is, when's the next recycled review? Number 2, I hope I've said this to you face to face because it's true, when's the next Roddy vPub? So let's commit to it now. I'm booked up for the rest of the year. Okay, the vPubs are clear. Cast strength next week. I'm on location the week after, and then I've got the end of the year vPub before then, a Christmas shutdown. Christmas Day's on Thursday. New Year's Day's on Thursday this year. So we'll have a week off in January. So it's going to be this 3rd week in January, the Thursday. Can we make that a Roddy vPub?
That's what date is that, Roy?
I have no idea. I suppose I could open the calendar.
Hold on. I'm doing that right now.
Let's.
3rd Thursday in January appears to be the 15th.
So I would be off. Then it'd be predictions on the 15th. No, it would be the 22nd of January.
All right. I'll put it in my calendar right now.
Shall we have a Roddy vPub on the 22nd of January? Now, I've got some ideas what our topics can be, but I think you and I know from in the past that it doesn't really matter. We're just going to come along and whatever drams.
I'll bring the vermouth if you bring the whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Just so I hope Jimmy's going to be available that night. Jimmy Legg.
So brilliant, superb. So I have to say, one of my favorite ever moments is that very moment that you've just referenced. I don't know if everyone knows. I can't even remember what the topic of the vPub was, but we opened with you making a cocktail in my kitchen, and you wanted to make a reverse Rob Roy. And instead of putting in double vermouth and single cast strength Ardnamurchan, you put in doubles cast strength Ardnamurchan and singles. But we didn't realise that was the case until we were 20 minutes into the vPub and sitting here like red-faced, very, very happy little barflies, right?
Because the end of that evening was you and me adding Iron Brew to some poor whiskey that I can't even remember, you know.
That's right. So I think it must have been the Breaking Whiskey episode, maybe the first one.
Yes, it was. It was.
Yeah, brilliant.
Because after you said you were doing tonight's, 8-year review, I had a rummage around things, and yeah, that was embarrassing to have got it wrong, having figured out that particular Ardnamurchan made a very good reverse Rob Roy, to then go live and be like, this is how you make a Rob Roy, people.
That's right. That's right. And it was the people watching said, by the way, I've just watched this, and I think Robbie's reverse Rob Roy was reversed.
They're all like, who's this bohead no doing what he says he's doing?
But admit it, you made a belter of a Rob Roy.
It was blooming tasty. It was blooming tasty. I mean, that's Ardnamurchan for you. You know, it makes a good dram.
Absolutely, it does. It really, really does. Listen, if I had to push you into a corner, and obviously you've got your good spirits hat on every day, you're recommending to people regularly. I imagine you're very, very good at that. But if I was to ask you, Roddy, pick a whiskey for the last 8 years, since 2017, something that stands out, a whiskey that you could.
So after you sent me you told me what you were, the kind of things you wanted to talk about, and one of them was, top whiskey from the last 8 years. So
I didn't know he had one.
That's 8 years worth of tasting notes.
That's only 8 years.
The full stack of tasting notes isn't now taller than me. So it's quite hard to get it to stand. It tends to fall over when I try to pile them up.
I think you could easily give, if that was published digitally, Roddy, you could give Serge a run for his money.
The difference between me and Serge is that he writes coherent sentences where all my notes are from me only,
Of course.
So I went through all of them, and I picked one from each book and just a few highlights. There was a club night, I don't know if you were there, where we had a Ben Nevis 1973, and then followed by a Lafroig from Adelphi, a 17-year-old Lafroig, both of which were utterly stupendous. And then randomly picking another one of those. I'm not going to go through them all because there's like 14 or something. The very first ever, Angus very kindly sent me a sample of the very first ever whiskey sponge, which was a Glenmurray 37-year-old, which was
wow.
It's everything that you don't know about Glenmurray.
Yeah.
So one more before we get to the reveal. Spirit of Speyside 2021, when we were all stuck in our couches.
Yes.
The Craigellachie sent out, I think maybe for the club. Anyway, they sent out their virtual bottling for the Spirit of Speyside. Craigellachie, I don't even have the age. Like, in lockdown, we were all just like, don't care about stuff like that.
That's right. But some advantages to lockdown.
Yeah, the 2021 Spirit of Speyside, clearly they pulled out all the stops because, who knows what was happening. And that was just like pineapple juice. It was wonderful. But I read through that pile of notebooks, and I think you know, it's so difficult. There's so many good whiskies. I mean, you were there on Tuesday, Roy, and we were spoiled rotten.
Yes.
I think out of the last 8 years, and I know I'm talking about a dram that we now can't get for the foreseeable, Longrow 18, you know, like consistently released every year, just an amazing tropical, smoky, silky, funky, stinky, entertaining.
Interesting beauty
Yeah.
of a dram.
What
Can
a
I
dram.
just apologise on behalf of Roddy to everyone that Roddy knows just as well as I do that we've been told that not to expect a Longrow 18 to appear anytime soon. It's buggered off for a few years, unfortunately, just pure stock issues. But you're absolutely right, and I only learned that about Longrow 18 when I had about this much left in the bottom of the bottle. So it was extra poignant when I drained that bottle off, right? Because I knew it was going to be a wee while before. I mean, let's be honest, with Longrow 18, I know the 21 hang around a long time, but it was one of those whiskies that you weren't guaranteed to get anywhere close to anyway.
Yeah.
But that's a very, very interesting pick. Roddy, see, before you go, what would you say has happened to whiskey over? I know it's 8 years. I'm being very selfish and self-indulgent. But from 2017 to 2025, do you think whiskey is in a better state than it was, or do you think it's in a worse state in the last 8 years? It would be. I know it's a tough thing I'm asking you, but you're up to
it. I mean, you know, currently the world is a bit goosed, shall we say? So you know, it's tough to say what's going to happen, but I think Scotch whiskey is doing well. I don't really know anything about world whiskey, but you know, there's all these new distilleries doing stupendous stuff, and you know, they're taking a different approach to interacting with the public than the older established distilleries do, which I think is good from. I mean, I'm saying our point of view, you know, like, I mean, I'm a retailer, but also I'm part of the whiskey community, you know, like
you're here for that very, very reason. You do blur the lines perfectly well, right? You're an out and out enthusiast. There's no doubt. You're still super passionate, right? And I think it's one of the things that I love about you. But you're here fully because yes, you're on the inside and all that, but you're one of us, and we feel it. We feel it. Sorry to interrupt you.
I think we are in a better place because, you know, versus 8 years ago, we're all much better informed, you know, because of there's far more YouTube channels than there used to be, you know, and you know what you've done, Roy. I mean, the Glengoyne tasting that we were doing tonight here in the shop, at the end of it, somebody who is not active, he's a lurker on the vPub, you know, and I was saying, you know, and what he was saying was he loves that community, he'd love to be part of that, you know, and I was saying to him, just blooming join in, you know, like,
step up.
But what he was saying was he loves how much of a community it is, you know, you know, the fact that, you know, I think Gregor was maybe talking about or maybe you mentioned the Whiskey Festival, how we all finally get to bump into each other briefly in person, you know, over the weekend. We're all better informed than we used to be 8 years ago. You know,
we're learning off each other. It's a very bi-directional thing. Yes.
Yeah. And you know, there's all these really, really interesting whiskies from people who are far more transparent than their predecessors. You know, like I know Ardnamurchan have taken it to the nth degree with their blockchain. Yeah, the QR code and the blockchain thing.
Yeah.
But you know, everybody these days will happily talk to you about all that stuff in detail. I think that the one downside of the last 8 years is that 8 years ago, Springbank was a bit of a mystery and a secret. Like we used to, in the shop here, we used to have to put Springbank 12-year-old cask strength on tasting to get it to shift.
Wow.
I know. So and I guess that's probably a side effect of COVID, that everybody knows just how good Springbank is. So it's in the past you could rely on it hanging about and you could grab a bottle, and that's so that's it's a plus and a minus. From a selfish point of view,
it's gone from one extreme to the other, and I think the perfect scenario is somewhere in between. But these are the dynamics of discovery of when something is really, really good and earnest, and I think we just have to roll with it. Maybe not the 12 cask strength, but Springbank is starting to hang around a wee bit longer there.
Yes, it has calmed down a wee bit. We're a wee bit slower to see it shift, but that last allocation from, what was it, 2 weeks ago now, that's gone. Which other retailers, other suppliers to us, that would not be the case. So they've still got that cachet that nobody else has. Before I rattle off, Roy, because I know you've got hundreds of other people to speak to, you sent me a list of prompts.
Yes.
And I had a day off yesterday, so I was kind of mulling it over, and there was a bunch of things like, what was your biggest personal whiskey moment in the last 8 years?
Yes.
So I ended up with a wee list, and these are the runners up. So I got to go to Daft Mill to help select a cask for the shop, which was cracking, good fun.
Super cool.
Francis greeted us, and he was distilling that day, so he said, they're lined up in the warehouse, go and see what you want. And then he left us alone. Which is a very Francis thing to do,
Yes.
I went to Fesh a couple of years ago, and because I'm a thrawn bugger, excuse the language, I took a bottle of Springer local barley, and there was a blazing hot day where I was sitting on the edge of the Sound of Islay drinking local barley, and in the middle of Fesh, and it was just beautiful.
Roddy, it's okay as a middle-aged man, especially standing on the shores of Islay, to admit that we've shed tears. Inexplicable reasons.
I know. One of the very first tastings I did after lockdown was with another club that I'm a member of, the Hip Flask Hiking Club, which was at Adelphi Ardnamurchan. And Connell and Graham did that for us. And I was out-pedanted by Connell. We were talking. Wow. I know. We were talking about bonded warehouses and stuff like that, and how there'd been a change that you could no longer have a living cask in your shop or whatever. And I said, "Excuse me, but there's one place where you can still get actual whiskey from the cask, even though it's in the shop. Do you know where it is, Connell?" And he shot right back at me. "That's Tomatin, Sunshine." Which obviously, because they've got this weird, at that point they had this weird dispensation that their shop was part of their bond.
Oh wow!
I don't know if that's still true. And everybody in the room was like, "Ha ha, ha ha." But it's like he knew that I was going to say that to him.
But it's amazing when you find these people that straddle the line like you do. They're on the inside, but they're super passionate whiskey geeks, right? They're doing a fantastic job of informing as well as sharing and selling. Amazing.
But my actual top moment from the last 8 years of whiskey was the first Leg Fest and meeting Jimmy Legg in person.
Wow.
Right.
I'm just gonna spoiler. I'm just gonna let the man shed a tear live on air.
Well, I'm shedding a tear myself.
You're not supposed to be on just now, big guy. I had to. I knew that when you heard that, you'd be beaming. Roddy, what you don't hear is how much Jimmy Legg is gushing about Roddy. I think we've the mutual appreciation for each other is off the charts.
So,
sorry,
you know,
it's a really horrible thing to have done to you, Roddy, because you were just about to share a moment. But I just couldn't resist the fact that Jimmy was there, and I saw his face light up in the thumbnail.
So like that first Leg Fest was something else, and having sparred with you, Jimmy / Blair, about how to drink whiskey over the years, to meet you in person was a privilege. And anyway.
Hey, Roddy. I did tasting notes too, and this is how far I got. You see that?
Well.
And the last one.
Well. That's just, I don't know. I'm going to have to reappraise this whole situation.
You've still got some teaching to do, Roddy. We're willing pupils, but we're delinquent on our homework. I think that's the truth. Still some work to do. Listen, fella, we're going to let you pack up. I suspect that tonight's going to be a rather long vPub. If you find yourself back at home and of a mind to join us for a pedant-type quiz at the end, roasted by Menno, you'd be very welcome to do so.
I'm away for the train, so I hope to be able to rejoin once yes, please, thank you. Aye, and cheers.
Roddy, I'm enjoying everything that you've brought to our community. Whether it's inside the shop, outside the shop, everywhere you go, and certainly when you're sitting here next to me on the vPub, for everything, thank you, Roddy Graham. You are a superstar. You are a guardian, Roddy. Thank you, buddy. Cheers.
Chin chin.
See you, fella. Safe home.
See you.
Oh. What do you say that you just co-host me for a little bit here, Jimmy? Since the spoiler is out the bag, you weren't supposed to be on until a wee bit later, but we'll keep you here for a minute. Does that suit you? Let's have a wee look at what's happening in the video chat in the background. Here's all the barflies currently hanging out with each other. I don't know how they're doing this. They're probably not listening to us tonight. They're probably just having their own wee video conference call, because I think that with the 10 seconds or so delay or whatever. But Jimmy, give them a wee wave. Let's see. Give them a wave. I suppose you have to wave to the camera. I have to wave to this camera here. I don't know. None of them are aware. Kerwin, we're starting to get a wee wave back now. Look at that. Well, it's nice that you're paying attention, kids. We'll leave you to your own devices. Do you want to have a wee look at some of the photos that's come in, Jimmy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Be nice to see some of that. These photos that everyone's sharing with us tonight are from people that are sipping the same whiskey as us, and I've asked them to share a photo. Now, at midnight tonight, when we hit midnight tonight, because let's face it, it's inevitable that we're going to hit midnight tonight, no problem. It's easy for you in Halifax, Nova Scotia, right? It's Halifax, right? Halifax? No, okay, you're in Nova Scotia. That's good enough. Okay. It's easier for you, but for a lot of people, midnight is 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever. But I'm hoping that we can keep enough people so that at some point in the evening, we're able to raise the same whiskey and enjoy it together. But I've got some photos here, and I think I've checked these. I've sanity checked these, and I don't want any nudity, right? Anything like that. I know we're going to get, somebody's going to try and stitch us up, right? So I will have to do a quick scan through, but I think these are safe. And I'll do a wee screen share with everyone here, and we'll go through these people one at a time and put some faces to our name, right? Bring some reality to our community. Look at this. Look at this guy here. This is Stevie O. This is our pal, Stevie O. Yeah. And lots of people met Stevie in Glasgow this year. It was amazing to have him up. He's been up for a few events. And then who have we got here? Oh, this is Alan. I think I'm looking at Alan. I want to say Alan. Is it yes, this is Alan Smith. Alan, I'm so glad I caught you there. You weren't wearing specs, I don't think, when you were up in Glasgow, buddy. Thank you for sending that in. Well on theme, Alan. And here we have Neil Laverty, the superstar. Look at this. Look at the pores. He's also known as Big Pore, and you can see why. The size of the pore he's got there. That's from Northern Ireland, from Neil Laverty.
That's a battalion pour.
I'm sorry?
That's a battalion pour right there.
A Hallian battalion pour. Absolutely. It absolutely is. That's a triple. Could be a quadruple. Then we've got, that's Matt Fulick. That's Matt. Good to see you, Matt. Good to see you on theme and pouring along. Absolutely fantastic, big guy. And here we have, we're over to France now. This is Paris. This is Martin Logan in Paris. What a great guy to have met through this community as well. What a fantastic palate. I love the way he talks about whiskey and booze in general, to be honest. Thanks for sending it, Martin. Then we've got, oh, wait a minute here. We've got somebody who did not get the memo. Is this you crashing the party here, Jimmy? Now, can we show everyone actually that what this says on the bottle here? I don't know. Hopefully everyone say that's my handwriting actually. That says number 736. You don't drink a lot, Jimmy. You've still got that from 2023, I think that was. That is the sample that you picked up at Loch Lomond of Jimmy Legg's Tears. Am I right?
Well, you don't have to bring that up, but yeah.
Listen, it's okay. It's okay for us to admit what whiskey and everything it brings, all its accoutrements can do to us. Listen, you're allowed that one. That's a cracking picture, big guy. It's a peach. Thank you. And then we've got, this is looking at the title for this one, Christian Jensen. I've not met Christian. Oh, but that's a Danish flag over his shoulder there. Christian, I wish you the very, very best in the World Cup playoffs, my friend. I'm sorry that you had to be on the opposite side of what I'm referring to as a game for the ages. It was tremendous. Christian, thank you for sending that in. It's a peach of a picture, buddy. And then we've got, I don't know who that is. That's my pal Alistair from up north, from up in Speyside, wearing the Glasgow Distillery hoodie alongside the Glasgow Distillery. I bet if I zoomed in, that would maybe be a Glasgow Distillery glass as well. Actually, no. I can see it's an Aqvavitae glass. Totally on theme. Thanks, Alistair. Thanks very much. And there we've just had them in. Roddy got the memo. Not only is he holding the bottle up, but he's sipping away at it as well. What a star. What a guy. And he's wearing the recycled T-shirt as well. There we go. Thank you, Roddy. Thanks, big guy. There's Uncle Willie. There's Willie Dollier, superstar. How opulent does that look? That's a comfortable spot right there, is it not? You know Willie, don't you? He's just nodding away.
First Leg Fest, yeah.
That's from Helen and Andy Widowson. That's them down in Campbelltown now. That's them living on the peninsula, sending a bit of a nature spot there. I would have liked to have seen them in the picture. Oh, I'd have liked to have seen my pal James Burgoyne in the picture. He's put in a Nottingham Forest shirt instead. I think that's another football reference after the beating that they gave to Liverpool recently. And then we've got Helen and Ian Williamson looking fantastic. All we need is some Christmas decorations up in the background there. Fantastic guys to welcome you in Glasgow when you were here a couple of weeks ago as well. Then we have the superstar Tony Nelson, who was also over in Glasgow as well, come all the way over from the States, on point as well with his Glasgow in a glass. That must have been a lunchtime or maybe even a breakfast whiskey when he uploaded that one. Oh, here we go. We've got the wee man in Irish Sea on theme tonight as well, sipping along. That's fantastic to see. What a cracking picture as well. It's a good one. And then we have Alberto. I think we're getting to the end of these ones now, the first tranche, if you like. This is Alberto. We're all the way over to Italy. My pal Alberto Cinali. He's always in the vPub. Road to Dram, we know Alberto as. And he's on theme tonight. I hope you're enjoying it, Alberto. Good to see you. And this is my pal from the Netherlands. This is Gerben Blocker, who's also in tonight as well. And it's been wonderful to welcome him in Glasgow this last month too. Here we go. Helen and Andy are with bottle in hand and dram in hand as well. And Andy can't help but betray what his team is. But you need a hat like that when you're down on the Blowy Peninsula, guys. Fantastic to see you both. Thanks for braving the freezing cold weather to get an outdoor picture as well. Terrific stuff. That's Gary Field, who we also met in Glasgow this year as well. Absolutely superb. I'm loving these. These are amazing. That's Benny Fries. I've met Benny. That's Benny from also. Benny, I think you're also Danish as well. And he's ready for the vPub in the background. This is really, really cool. Then we've got Petehead Frank. Of course, we all know the big guy. We know it's easy to see Frank because he's like a lighthouse towering above everybody else. Fantastic. That looks like, I was just about to guess, I can tell by the title, that's a Roy Overmere. That's a Where's Roy hat right there. Fantastic, Roy. That's my pal over in Norway. Here's my pal in Edinburgh, Gav's Drams, sipping along as well. Superb, Gav. I hope you're in tonight. I hope you're doing well. Another Helen and Andy picture, and back to Stevie O. Fantastic stuff. I've got more of those to share with everyone later tonight. And look who's in. Hey. How are you, Angie? Good to see you.
Hello.
You well?
Very.
Are you still allowing Jimmy to have his wee Thursday afternoon sessions with us all?
Of course.
You know, when I mention occasionally the peanut gallery, I'm not actually talking about a gallery. I'm talking about an individual, right? How are you? You well?
I am. I'm retired.
You're retired?
Uh-huh.
Does that mean that Jimmy's managing to get you into whiskey anymore? No, really?
No.
Remember when I asked you who the only person on that bottle that didn't drink whiskey was? And you said there was no one? There was one.
I could fake it.
Wait, are you suggesting that Andy's on the bottle? Angie's on the virtual malt bottle? Is that what you're saying?
No.
You know, that's all of those bottles. Everybody is just, it's an example. It's an undisclosed character that could theoretically be in the vPub vicinity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's wonderful, though. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you liked it. Jimmy, do me a wee favor, please. Angie, if he's allowed, hang around a wee bit longer. I'd like to get you in a wee bit closer to the end. Would that be all right? And I've sent you a few prompts to see if you would like to share anything.
Okay.
You're looking excellent, Jimmy Legg. It's wonderful to have you here. Cheers, fella. All right, we need to clip on. There's so many people hanging about, chilling with us. I was quite surprised to see, and obviously these pictures are being added live in the background. So if you want to upload a picture in the chat, if you want to share a picture of you with a glass or a bottle, I'm going to scan through the thumbnails to make sure there's no silliness. I need to see faces. I need to see things on point and things like that, because it's a public link that's out there. I need to try and be a wee bit careful. But if you want to upload a picture, you can indeed do that. And in fact, if I look to see now, we've already got another host of pictures in as well. Oh, excellent. We need to be sharing these with you all. This is fantastic. Ah, superb. Some crazy pictures. No nudity in sight. And I'm very grateful for that. Right, we need to keep moving on. I want to still continue to reach out to people on 8 years of the vPub to thank them for the influence that they've had on me, the guardianship that they've shown me, the inspiration that they've shown me, the encouragement, the support that they've shown me. There's somebody that I think I would be hard pushed to find that was more influential. In the early days, before I even considered stepping up behind a camera, I was watching this fella on YouTube, and he would drop weekly videos religiously. At one point in time, he was in Glasgow, and then all of a sudden, he wasn't in Glasgow anymore. But it didn't matter, because he was still bringing the same weekly content. And he was speaking about he was speaking about whiskey in a way that I recognized, but I hadn't yet articulated myself. Can anybody tell that I'm heading over to the Isle of Man? Can anybody tell that I'm heading over to Aqvavitae in the Irish Sea? We're talking about somebody who's online creating content on YouTube, but he's absolutely one of the community, and that's why I've asked Ralphie to step forward to share a wee dram with us tonight. Ralphie, my friend.
Good evening, Roy.
It's so nice to have you, buddy. So nice you could make it.
Good choice.
You know you've made it in life, Ralphie Mitchell, when your name becomes a verb.
Oh, behave yourself.
You've just done a Ralphie on a dram. You've just teaspooned some water into your whiskey there, haven't you?
With the bespoke, accurate measurement of a soda spoon. Yeah.
In Glasgow, we call that we'll just give it a wee Ralphie and we teaspoon our whiskey. Your name has become a verb.
Right,
Listen, it's
Joe.
nice to see you. Oh, and look at the bottle you've got in front of screen as well. Ralphie, you
Yeah.
got the memo. Thank you, my friend.
I got the memo. It gave me a very good reason to open it. Of course, I'm tugging away at the cork, thinking
It's a locking cork.
Bad thoughts, thinking, what's sticking it? This cork's going to break. And then I suddenly realize you've got it twisted. It's a locking cork. How many producers have locking corks? They're virtually unknown, and yet it's such a good idea, actually, because what you've got is a cork screw top.
That's right. And I think that they found, if I understand well, that in Glasgow, that and sometimes in shipping with the changes in pressure and stuff, they can see pressure and the cork was coming out. But the only other one that I know of, well, apart from the screw tops and things, is Highland Park have a natural cork with a screw lock on it. But there may be more. There may be more.
Yeah.
Anyway, fella, it's nice to welcome you.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for inviting me in, Roy. Much appreciated. You've given me a reason on a dry night to pour a few drams, because I'm not just having your dram. I mean, I'm having some others as well.
Very good. Very good.
I'm following your situation with Patreon very closely. I'm not making any sudden moves, and I'm just going to, because both you and I have had conversation in this, and we appreciate the situation that the bourbon guy is going through. But I'm not one for making any sudden moves. However, both you and I are aware the whole whiskey sphere, it doesn't stand still. It never has. And we're looking at a whiskey industry which, far from standing still, is in a considerable state of flux at the moment. Because, I mean, congratulations on your 8 years with the vPub. You've absolutely earned it. And in fact, one of the reasons your commitment to the vPub and your very good conversational skills at networking with people, you're much more extrovert than I am, and this is one reason why we had the discussion over the Oswas. Talking of which, Roy, can I make a big, huge confession to the malt mates? And this is, I've not mentioned my channel first, but I'm still feeling absolutely bad about it. Can I go ahead?
I don't think there's any need. I think it's very. If I think, I'm not sure what you're going to say. I think I might know what you're going to say. I don't think it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
Right, sure. Malt mates, these are the old gold stickers that we put on the OSWA certificates before we post them out to the fortunate winners who are benefiting from your endorsement, your vote, and your basically support. Except when I sent out, and it's my job, right? So to send out these certificates, and I'm always conscious that the only way you can get these certificates off the Isle of Man is by ferry. And if the Irish sea's at all stormy, the boat ain't sailing. And this is the fact, nobody's seen this before, not even Roy's seen this. This is the OSWA stamp. There it goes. There you now you see it. As by the way, you can see good quality, no expense spared. And
so every single gold seal is hand stamped in the bothy by Ralphie before it goes on the certificate.
And there's the proof. As you can see, they're not 100%, right? But it shows it's not AI generated. It's slightly skew width, but that's what you expect from the bothy. So there you now you know this is absolutely unique, and it is locked away in a secure vault in a bank somewhere and only brought out once a year. And basically, I sent out all the certificates without these on it, and it was Ardnahoe who first flagged up because they were very polite about it, but very, very disappointed to discover they'd received a certificate from the IRC without the seal of approval. So they contacted Roy. Roy contacted me. I had to profusely and unreservedly apologize and grovel that I'd completely forgotten all about it. A major bothy blooper. Yes, it's still happening. And do you know what? I suspect it always will. However, Roy, could I just update you at this moment in time? I have now posted out at my own expense all the new certificates with the seals, and I will be phoning the recipients over the next couple of days to make sure. In fact, I'll wait till next week because the ferry get cancelled again today. So I'll wait till next week and I will phone the recipients who, it's into December now. They're finally relaxing after a very frantic month in November of networking, getting their product out there, absolutely teasing, titivating and tormenting us, Roy, with some very, very impressive bottlings that I see going at the moment. And we really
see what's happening to the prices as well, Ralphie. It's very, very, very tempting, right?
It's very, very tempting. It's incredibly tempting, actually, because you're seeing from independent bottlers and some distilleries excellent quality whiskey at highly accessible prices. And I'll tell you what's changed in the last year, because we're now round to that subject. We've moved on from the bloopers. We've moved on. Folk have forgotten about it already. And this, by the way, I'm sure will be a Menno in the Menno quiz at some point. So, but anyway, moving on. What's changed in the last 8 years is the sophistication of internet conversation, information, and appreciation. There's the 3 Asians, right?
We'll take it.
Yep. Has changed substantially, and it's accelerated rapidly within the last 5 years since pandemic lockdown, because the pandemic lockdown 2020 changed everything so much, everywhere, all at once, all the time, etc. And even I, as a commentator, I'm now at this position, and you're the same, Roy. We're getting to the end of the year. We're starting to develop what's called the broad script. In other words, what's going to be our priorities into 2026? And I find myself, and this happened just recently, I walked into the largest supermarket in the Isle of Man, which happens to be a Tesco. So basically, they are a multinational, big corporate entity selling mainly stuff for consumers, right? I was about to use the S word, but I'm going to keep it polite because it's your 8th anniversary and I don't want to spoil it all and get you doxxed. So
Don't worry.
Right. So anyway, it's shite. A lot of the stuff they're selling is because it is corporate produced, marketing led, disingenuous, chemical filled, consumable substances, right? Nutrition, not really important in food these days, unfortunately, but this creates an opportunity, and you and I are very much aware of this, that the whiskey culture has changed so dramatically in recent years that people are now walking into a supermarket, they're seeing the standard brands up on the supermarket shelf substantially discounted, and people are not even buying. And I'm not talking about informed whiskey, malt mates and barflies and all the rest of it. I'm talking about the general public who are listening.
What do you think? What do you think the challenges are there? What do you think they need to do? Because I think that you and I honestly could have a great session on this, but it's interesting that you started. Is there anything? Do you think they're just being caught out now, or?
I think they've
Is
totally
it changing
caught out.
taste? Is it trends? Is it?
Yeah, it's trends, it's tastes. There's a younger generation coming through who have been weaned on sugar-loaded consumables, and their palates are totally over-dependent on the sensation of sweetness, and they cannot cope with the real flavour of whiskey until they slowly and gradually develop their palates. And as they do, as people are educating their palates, they recalibrate into what real flavour is. And the fact is, with real flavour from fresh food cooked at home, you're getting nutrition, you're getting wellness, and you don't have to be like so many people who are becoming actually addicted to multivitamins.
I think that the challenges that lie ahead for our whiskey producers, our whiskey product developers, I think that, especially when you talk about the mass market, I think it's huge. I continually find myself impressed, Ralphie. However, when we go to festivals or we go to the places where the enthusiast side of things, and let's be honest, if you talk about the rebirth of Port Ellen, Rosebank, Brora, all of these, that's purely on the back of decades of reputation based on decades of enthusiasts discovering that liquid and drinking it because the producers had no idea what they had.
Mm-hmm.
The enthusiasts are still there. If I look at the general engagement that we have today versus pre-pandemic, versus 2010, versus 2005, I still feel like it's growing. And you hit the nail on the head when you opened up the spiel there, when you talked about the quality of the discourse, the knowledge base of the community. We've never seen a more knowledgeable whiskey community than we have today.
It's phenomenal.
Yes, the internet is to be thanked, or to if you see it as a positive thing, it's the internet you thank for it. But if you see it as a negative thing, you still point to the internet. That's the cause of all of this knowledge. We are much more discerning than we've ever been. Ralphie Mitchell, that's why I invited you. So thank you for all the things that you said and shared with us. But you're not here for that tonight. You're here for me to say thank you to you.
Okay.
Because you're a Glaswegian, and I want to see you squirm a wee bit because we're not very good at taking compliments and people blowing air up our skirts, right? It's not easy for us to be paid compliments, but you have to take this one.
No, I don't take compliments. I prefer.
There was a time, Ralphie Mitchell, that people looked at Ralphie, what he was doing from his location in Glasgow or the Bothy and Isle of Man, and said, "What's that? Nobody's going to take that seriously. Nobody's going to take that seriously." And lo and behold, suddenly people had somebody talking about whiskey that it felt like we were sitting in a bar with you. Felt like we were talking to a peer, somebody that was on our side of the counter, the transaction. And it felt like somebody who was talking about it from an impassioned position based on his personal experience. So if we talk about the discourse online being much more open and inclusive and focused on the consumer, not the producer, it's the way it should be, in my opinion. There's a way it can be mutually beneficial, but if we look, where did that exist? Ralphie, since 2009, it's existed at ralphie.com. There were others out there, but you are the one that came along in 2009 and maintained your output, and you're still doing it. 16, you're knocking on for 17 years next year. And for me, you have managed to keep, let me finish, please, Ralphie.
Okay.
You've managed to keep yourself completely doing what you want to do, talking about the stuff that you want to talk about and the things that you're observing. That cannot be overstated. It's not an easy thing to do. You're still doing it. So you're here tonight. You're invited not because you're Ralphie. That's a bonus to me. That's fantastic. But you're here tonight for me to say thank you for giving me the confidence to step up, to do what I do today. But through the years of me doing what I do today, thank you for supporting me while I do it. It means a hell of a lot.
Oh, you're very welcome, Roy.
Thank you, fella.
Right, too. Okay. I appreciate your compliment, but although I'm not very good at taking compliments, I actually prefer witty and entertaining insults. But that's a Ouija thing, is it not?
Absolutely.
But, let's kind of move on now, because I'd conclude by saying that I think the big whiskey companies have a very serious challenge ahead of them when legacy media are actually promoting a narrative that whiskey is poison. No, it's not. The abuse is not the controlled and methodical and organized, modest consumption, which is about quality, not quantity. Now, the industry has found it very easy, the big players, to dismiss the geeks, the freaks, and the whiskey enthusiasts as basically just basic consumer fodder. However, we may be at the moment only 1 in 1,000 in relation to the customers. But I anticipate over the next 5 years, that ratio will change to 1 in 500 and then 1 in 250, because the number of people who are joining us in a growing influence of informed, passionate, engaged, and thoroughly enjoying the journey aficionados. It's not just the whiskey, Roy, it's the rest of our life that whiskey informs. To have good taste out the glass is to appreciate good music all the more, fresh food all the better, and fine art in all the more depth. We are practicing using our senses, and it really amazes me, and I find it very, very encouraging at just how much the standard engaged enthusiast is so informed now about what good whiskey is, and importantly, what it isn't. So let's see where the show goes next, because there is never a dull moment, particularly at the moment, where 2026 is but a month or so away. And it is going to be a year of far more dramatic impact on the whiskey industry collectively than 2025. You can see that far enough.
Well, I tell you what we do then. You and I raise a glass together just now, and to the best of our abilities and all permissions notwithstanding, are we here for it next year, Ralphie?
Well, not for the Oswars, Roy, no, because that's not till 2000.
No, for doing what we do, for doing what we do.
What we're doing, yeah, rightio, for Aqvavitae, the barflies, and for the bothy, the whiskey bothy, yeah, the show goes on. There's people who enjoy our content. There's other people who find us a nuisance, a pest, an intrusion, and it may not be a compliment, but we'll take it. We appreciate it. Even when people are criticizing our channels, it just means they care.
Ralphie, thank you, my friend.
Cheers.
Thank you for taking the time tonight. Thank you for everything that you've achieved. I do like to thank you from time to time. Yeah. But tonight, I specifically want to talk about for what the influence that you've had on me in this wee corner of the whiskey verse. But more than anything, I want to raise a glass and thank you for your trust. Cheers, fella.
Cheers. And cheers to the malt mates and the barflies.
If you're available, if you're still here when we play wee games or anything appropriate later on, a bit of a quiz, I'll bring you back in to participate with the rest of us, my friend.
Right. Just to kind of clarify something, Roy. A Menno quiz is not a wee game. Don't try and throw me with that little cast.
Listen, all I can do is say I'm in the deep end with you.
Right.
It's up to you, my friend. It's absolutely up to you. I have
will
no
thank-
idea what the man's bringing tonight, but
Right.
we'll find out at some point just beyond midnight. Ralphie
And
Mitchell.
I will hang around for the ritual humiliation of a Menno quiz where I will probably get very few questions right, but that's fine. I'm just going to weather the storm.
Hey, the other thing about Glaswegian is that we know how to do humility when it's necessary, right? Well done, fella. Thank you.
You're welcome, Roy.
Ralphie Mitchell. Amazing. I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. I'm going to look in to see all the folk here. I'll give them a wee wave to prompt them that they're just about to be brought in live, so they can wave to everyone. I'm actually going to pop them up on screen, on full screen here. So I want everybody let's give everybody a wave here. It's amazing. Who have we got in the background? Martin Logan, Gerben Blocker, Alberto, Road to Dram, Willie Dollier, Mirko in Germany, Arnie Verne is in as well, Christian Jensen, Hell and Andy sitting on their sofa there, Benny Freese, Jeff Whiskey, Alistair Gray, Whiskey with Molly Ben, fantastic. Kyle Taylor, hey, it's a new face, Kyle. It's good to see you, big guy. Frank Peathead, Yuri Maggio is in as well, fantastic. James McGoran, Fraser, I wonder which Fraser that is. Nice to see you, Fraser. Matt69, that's Matt Fulick, fantastic. First Phil Whiskies. Oh my gosh, first Phil's in. You superstar. Ian Williamson, Martin Jones, Roy Ovimere, Alistair McPhail, Jimmy Legg, and then Quack Filey. That's Peter Lee. The most chilled out Peter Lee you've ever seen in your life. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. Do you know what's amazing about that? I was surprised to see Phil in there, First Phil Whiskey. But I need to point this out. He's in alongside Jeff. He's in here alongside Ralphie. He's in alongside... These are peer creators supporting each other. These things are rare. They need to be protected. It needs guardianship. Okay, we've got some fantastic... George P. has sent 10 Aqvavitae Barfly gift memberships out. Glenn Duncan in Australia has been in, bought me a dram. Cheers to 8 years. Sharon and I are on our way to Tim, Rob and Beck at Wobbs Harbour. We will see if there's a stray portcast bottle, that portcast from Wobbs Harbour. It's got to be one of the drams of the year. It was a shockingly good whiskey. Then there's a superstar that is one of my friends, one of my dear friends. This man's energy is immeasurably wonderful to be around. Happy 8th, Roy says, Rolfie in Norway. What a journey you and the Barflies have had. I'm proud to call you my friend. After countless meetups over the years, one of many highlights this year was getting to pour you a dram in my kitchen in Oslo. Here's to Aqvavitae and the Guardians. Rolfie, it's got to be one of my highlights as well, big guy. It really, really, truly has. I'd love to do it again. Brian Cabalis is saying, fantastic, Brian. So good to see you, my friend. Cheers, 8 wonderful vPub years. It's hard to catch the vPub live. I'm always present in spirit. Replay helps a lot. I hope to buy or give you a real dram next year. Cheers to more whiskey years, Slancher. Thank you so much, Brian. That means a hell of a lot. I want to thank everybody that picks this stuff up on the replay. It really, really, really does make a difference. This is a trickier one to pick up on the replay. There's not much evergreen content here, but that's not what tonight's about. Tonight's about just us having a wee bit of an ease up. Cheers to you all. Thank you for your support. I really did take comfort in seeing Ralphie's discomfort at taking a compliment. It's not just me that feels it, but his ability to pivot and just bring it back and change the subject. I hope everybody spotted it. Cheers. Thank you to you all. Amazing to see that the tech is kind of holding up a little bit tonight. It's kind of holding up. Listen, I've got a friend out there in Ireland, and he's a lovely guy. He's a wonderful guy. And his name's Derek McGrainer. And I tried to get him to come along to the Sunday event because there's a space opened up at the last minute. I got a message that said that somebody couldn't appear. And I was hanging out. I said, "You're not coming tomorrow?" He said, No, I didn't get a ticket. I said, please come. He had other plans, and I tried really hard to get him to come along, but he didn't come along in the end. I'll convince him to come next year. But if I was to hold a whiskey up and talk about my favourite whiskey of the last 8 years, I'm going to be really self-indulgent because I cannot see past this thing here. This was the first ever Aqvavitae Barflies release. I could not believe that these whiskies were offered to me in order for me to choose from. And this, out of all the samples that were offered, this is the one I chose. And it's become something of a legend. The first ever release was a 10-year-old Loch Lomond. It was Chardonnay yeast. Obviously bourbon cask, but this is just a glorious whiskey. And I wanted to open this for this celebration tonight, but I was a bittersweet thing because as much as I'm all about opening your bottles and things like that, this is such a special whiskey for me. I wanted to keep it intact as long as I could, but I also wanted to taste it again. And Derek McGrainer, as if by magic, just pops up in Glasgow and saying, here's the last of my bottle, Roy. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pour a glass of this so that I can sip it with you all tonight. But you see this bottle that Derek gave me? If he doesn't take this back, this gets handed off to somebody else that hasn't had a chance to try the original Aqvavitae bottling from back in 2023, what is it? 2022, I think. My goodness, the years are going by fast. Derek McGrainer, for the spirit of generosity and thoughtfulness that you show to do such a thing is just beyond me. Cheers, fella. I don't know if you're in tonight. I'll see you next time, Derek. Thank you for this. Obviously, at the stroke of midnight tonight, we're going to have all of this. All of us who have this. This is released specifically to celebrate 8 years of the vPub and everything that we've achieved in those 8 years. Obviously, I'm going to go to a local Glaswegian distillery to realise it, and that's exactly what I've done. So I'm going to recharge my glass so that there's some in the glass for us to have at midnight. And I'm hoping that I can get as many of us involved to have the same whiskey at the same time. So it means I've got a few minutes to share with you where we evolved this. That's the first whiskey, the Loch Lomond. Then we had Ardnamurchans and the sister cask of the Loch Lomond and Jimmy Legg's Tears, of course. But also the original Michael Henry pick, because I picked mine over the Michael Henry pick originally. So we were able to release those two afterwards. Then we were able to release Daftmill. Then we were able to release Ardnahoe and then Glasgow. And this year, at Christmas time, I'll do the first collaborative project with an independent bottler, which means that we have much, much more creative freedom. And what did we do? We're choosing to release on the 1st of December, which is why there's so much pressure for me to get that subscription site at aqvavitae.com up and running, because that's the only place I can sell that to you now. Patreon is not a route for me anymore to sell that whiskey. I don't ever sell whiskey through any platform. I just let you know where to buy it. That's all that happens. But that's not a route that's open to me on Patreon anymore. So if anyone wants to get their hands on the next release, they need to be part of aqvavitae.com, the Aqvavitae Guardians. It's not a choice by me. It's not something I'm forcing on anyone. It's not because I'm being difficult or greedy or awkward. I can't take the risk of that being switched off to me. I will support Patreon going forward. I will still be part of that platform, everything. All my patrons will be looked after in there. Nothing will change, except for the fact I cannot prioritize you on bottles or whiskey-themed events. So from next week, from the 1st of December onwards, if you want to get a hold of this bottle or any future Aqvavitae bottlings, it's going to need to be aqvavitae.com. By signing up as a member of the Aqvavitae Guardians, I'm hoping that you find it a bit cleaner and a bit easier as well, and I will be able to communicate with you in the same way. I've just lost my vPub feed. I'm going to try and start that up again. Seems to be okay. Just the YouTube feed. Anyway, I want to talk to you. I've got just a couple of minutes before midnight to talk to you. about this. And we'll do another rescreen share here to let you see this, because I think this is just fantastic. And I know I'm sharing this screen all night tonight, but here we go. This is the release that's coming up. This is the front label of the release that's coming up on the 1st of December. This is in collaboration with Decadent Drinks, this one, but the virtual malt, I'll be able to go to any independent bottler to work with them to release our own individual takes on what the virtual malt represents. But here we have the vPub in a 1920s scene. There's a reason that we've picked 1920s, and there's a reason that there's Valerio Adami references around, and amongst a multitude of other Easter eggs that are obvious and a multitude of others that are much, much more subtle. For example, there's a man standing outside the room looking in because the likeness of him I have never met in real life before. And lots of other things like that. Let me show you the bottle here. This is the virtual malt. So this is the bottle in real life with all of that artwork. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. I was fortunate enough to be able to share this with almost 100 of you in Glasgow. Just a couple of weekends ago, we managed to get 3 bottles to share with everyone. It went down a storm. I suspect, though, there's going to be a lot of people now that've tasted that this may be one of these bottles that people struggle to open. I hope that's not the case. I hope that this is opened and shared. 340 bottles available. It will not make it to public sale. There just isn't enough of it. This is a single Oloroso hogshead. When I shared this in Glasgow, the gentleman who did the artwork with me, who worked for weeks tirelessly to realize it, was not there to enjoy all the adulation. But I realized out of all the guests I want to pick on tonight from this group of gorgeous, beautiful whiskey folk, I realized when he appeared, it would be him. I would like to welcome for the first time ever into the vPub, one of, and this for me, this is the next generation, the superstar, the beautiful human that is my friend, Arnie. How are you, buddy?
Got stage fright. Oh, God.
Stage fright. Let me take care of you. There's no need for you to have stage fright. Thank you for being brave. Thank you for stepping up at very, very short notice. When I saw you, and I knew I was going to pick somebody here from this pool of people tonight, and when I saw you appear, I thought, then it has to be Arnie.
That's awesome.
Arnie, we could sit here and we could talk all night about how we sat into the stupid wee hours of the morning, sharing details and how to modify and pictures and information about what these characters could theoretically look like when we were putting the artwork together. And I can't tell you the jolt of joy that I had. Emojis through direct messaging just don't carry the joy. When I saw these likenesses, these characters appear, and these characters being given life from a sketch, being coloured, to being in situ, to be socialising with other people. It's just an utterly, utterly fantastic thing. I'm going to share the screen again. You must, and tell me you're proud of this, Arnie.
I'm overjoyed, absolutely. And I must say, the vivid imagination you have for so many random people is staggering.
Yeah, I mean, that looks very much like the type of people you would imagine in the vPub, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I just stare at this, Arnie. I just stare at it. I think it's amazing. I think it's inspirational for what the future could hold. I'm not tying you down. I'm not asking you. I'm not trying to get you to commit to doing any more. I appreciate how much effort and how much work went into this.
No.
How indulgent you were of my whims and silliness and things like that, and constant suggestion of Easter eggs. Some of the Easter eggs were suggested by you and implemented by you as well, which means a lot, because it's when I can reach out to someone in the community to do it, they get it. They just get it. Have you had any feedback, Arnie?
So much, overwhelmingly so. I think the amount of love that got kind of directed my way has actually kind of overwhelmed me at the time. And that's why, I wanted to, always wanted to let everybody know that this is a 50-50 thing, like your direction of where this little picture went, every little detail is you. It's the love that you have for this community that absolutely, drives me as well and makes me so happy in my life. That all went into this little label, and that's, it's beyond fun.
It really, really is. Listen, I was a wee bit nervous because I chose some likenesses very, very deliberately, as you very well know. You chose some likenesses very, very deliberately, as I very well know. But there was always going to be a nervousness there in case there could be offence caused or that type of thing. And we wanted more than anything for people to realise that it came from a position of pure appreciation, of pure love.
Absolutely.
And I think I wish my only regret of the whole project, Arnie, is for you to not have been there on the Friday when that was released. However, I suspect if you had been there, if we talk about overwhelming, that would have been ridiculously overwhelming.
It would have broke me.
Look who's here. Look who's here. Daisy Vleeland is in. Congrats on 8 fantastic years, Roy. Love these Thursdays and this community. We love you right back, Daisy. It's amazing that you're part of us. We'll love seeing you at almost every event. I can't think of an event that you've not been hanging out at. Congrats, Roy, says my pal Ross Fudd. That's Tom over in Alaska. He's saying slant you on 8 years. Thank you, big guy. I hope life's treating you well out there. And I massively generous. What's going on here? Whiskey with Molly, I suspect, however, he might be celebrating tonight, as I was too. He's saying, you have no idea what this community has meant to me over the past years. This isn't something, it's everything. From meeting you for the first time, to going to your house for the blind drams to meet everyone, to becoming a friend and sharing moments with your son. Thank you, Roy. Ben, Tom Elmer, he's in Alaska, but I've been able to hang out with Tom. I met Tom in Texas. Daisy, she's from the Netherlands, and I see her at every Barfly event, it feels like. It's just terrific. Arnie, you're only 18 months in, right? Maybe 2 years, something like that. You're a newbie. You're new into this thing. Tell us we're all a wee bit crazy, right?
Crazy, but amazing. I don't know if I ever told you this, but my whiskey journey quite literally, and I'm not joking, but it literally started with you. About 2 years ago, I had my dad and his pal round to go and see Roger Waters at the Hydro. And they said to me, come on, we want to go and sit in a proper pub. And when we were sitting there, they were saying, when we're in Scotland, we need to try whiskey. And through my father-in-law, and having lived here for like a long, long time, I had a very basic understanding of whiskey, even though I never drank it. But I knew there was peated, and there was unpeated, and there was sherry. So I went and bought 3 whiskeys for them, and I put it in front of them. And Germans, as they are, just used to their Pilsner and Schnapps. They smelled it, they tasted it, and they said, oh, it's horrendous. So for the rest of the evening, I was sitting there with these 3 little drams, and I got into it. I found it, I don't know, spellbinding. So a couple of hours later, sitting at home, going on the internet, going on YouTube, found you. And that's literally how it started. And it's just crazy how it went from there, because I was always someone who, really delved deep into a hobby, but I didn't have that for a long time, like through, building work, starting a family, all these kinds of things. And then this little whiskey thing happened. And coincidentally, because I lived in Paisley at the time, someone gets in touch with me, Peter and Denise, who invited me round and encouraged me to walk into a pub full of strangers at Legfest last year. And I still kind of can't believe how it went from there. It's just incredible, because it's not only a hobby that I found,
This is crazy because
Aye.
Arnie doesn't get out of here without more gushing compliments thrown at his feet. He's overwhelmed at Legfest, decides to say that, look, I'm not ready for a full festival yet. I'm not ready. And yet the last Glasgow Whisky Festival weekend, he's there all day on the Saturday and he's there all day on the Sunday. And then he stands up when I ask, I'm pointing a gun at the room and saying, is there anyone willing to put their head above the parapet for a completely 100% fully blind, what are they drinking? And there were a few brave souls in the room. There was Andy, there was cousin Kevin, there was, I'm trying to remember all the people that stood up. They'll be raging at me for forgetting them.
Andy.
Arnie was one of them. One of the youngest, newest, greenest guys in the room stood up and said, I think I'm sipping this and sipping this. And my poker face had to be absolutely rock solid because he nailed them. Absolutely nailed them. Am I right to say that you got the Thompson brothers right?
Mhm.
The Edinburgh Dram, and you also got the Napier absolutely right. And this is with no clues, nothing. This is just fully blind. It was incredible. Arnie, this community is much, much, much richer for you being part of it. I'm not talking about your talent and your art. I'm talking about your attitude to the world, about your fellow human. I'm talking about your graciousness. I'm talking about your generosity. And I'm talking about your enthusiasm and your smiling face and your warmth of personality for it all. We need more Arnies. That's what we need. And you represent the best of us, big guy. Thank you for being brave enough to step forward tonight as well. Arnie, if you're willing, you can stay in here or you can take a parachute. But if you're in here at the end, you'll be participating for the quiz at the end, the Menno quiz, all right?
Okay.
Superstar Arnie. Cheers, man.
Thank you so much, Roy. Thank you.
Alarm's gone off. It's time to recharge that Glasgow glass. Cheers, fella. I'll see you in a second. That timing's not bad, right? I've already charged my Glasgow glass. So what we're going to do here is anybody that's still in the room, anybody that's still hanging out, to join me on screen with all of these people. It's on the video screen in the background. And I would encourage you all to please switch on your camera if you want. If you can't, if you've still got clothes on, of course, switch on that camera so that we can see you all, as many of you as we possibly can, and you can participate in along. And this is where it breaks. We're not going to get everyone in. We've got Jimmy. Jimmy can still participate. Jimmy can maybe have a wee dram along with us, even if he doesn't have, oh, you beauty, you're on theme. That'll do. Ralphie is still with us. He can have a wee glass of the Glasgow along with us. We'll bring back in Arnie. And of course, to set the scene for the rest of the evening, we'll bring in my superstar pal from Belgium. We'll bring in Menno. Boys, thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for staying along to the end. Arnie's disappeared. He's away to get his glass, which is absolutely fine. I wanted to have a collaboration with Glasgow Distillery for a hell of a long time. And they wanted to work with me for a hell of a long time. But these things take patience and they take a lot of time. And the timing needs to be right as well. When they were offering me 8-year-old stock, it was the perfect solution to something I wanted to do, was to release something for 8 years of the vPub. Year after year after year after year of the vPub reaching an anniversary, and me just doing another session, trying to make evergreen content and not really stopping or taking a break, had passed, and me not marking the fact that the anniversaries happen. We marked it at 3 years because it was whiskey, and of course, why not? It's the vPub turned 3 years, so we marked it. And that's the last time we did an anniversary celebration. And I don't know when the next one is going to be. But when we are offered 8-year stock, and it's the 8-year celebration coming up, can we make it in time? Can we put it out in time? Absolutely. Of course, I went for bourbon. They gave me all the choice of all the casks possible. When I was looking through the casks, 276, 278, 279, 281, cask 280 was missing, and I said, why? And they said, because it was very, very leaky. There's hardly anything left in it. And I said, please give me that sample. And of course, the liquid turned out to be wonderful. Everything, all the vattings, the small batch vattings that we added 280 to, it lifted it. It gave it a thickness and a viscosity and a really dark, dense fruitiness that I can still taste in this glass today. I'm so grateful for all of what whiskey has available to us today. I'm grateful to all of what you have brought today. I'm grateful for all of the whiskies that you recommend to me today regularly, because not one of us can keep up with the sheer choice of releases and brands and distilleries and everything that we have at our hands today. But we use the power of the community to work out where the good stuff is coming from. At this moment, on the stroke of midnight, I would love everybody that can raise a glass together. But if you're raising a glass of Glasgow 1770, the Aqvavitae bottle, this is incredible to me that we're all able to sip the same whiskey at the same time, regardless of where we are. Menno, Ralphie, Arnie, Jimmy Legg, all you beautiful whiskey folk and dedicated barflies that's in that video call right now. I love you all. Here's to us. Wha's like us, Guy Few and the Rodded. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers, you bastards.
Fair point.
Acceptable, right? Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I would
Right.
like to know if
You
there's a
haven't
way-
chill filtered it.
Oh, can you imagine if I'd asked for it to be chill filtered? Glasgow would have turned me around on the spot and given me my marching orders.
And where's the caramel colorant? It's not the same without it, Roy.
Oh, I need to be doing a wee bit more. Ralphie, a few people are asking me, Edred, our 10-year-old,
Yeah.
is it down to Ralphie that it's now 46% and all natural? And I said, no, it's absolutely down to Edredar and Andrew Symington and Signatory Vintage and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me another question and they say, do you think it's down to Ralphie's influence? What do you think I answer, Ralphie?
I think you answered. There was some input, absolutely. I think there are distilleries out there who pay attention to us, and as a result, their products get better, and they sell bottles. It's as simple as that, Roy.
Well,
And this
when
is
I
just
talk about guardianship, Ralphie, you make an interesting point, because surely our only role in whatever we do in whiskey is to leave the space in a better state than it was when we found it. Or surely our only mission should be to try and add something positive to it. And I think you make a good point. Sometimes it takes a bit of critique for that to happen, but I think every consumer dynamic that has ever existed has relied on that. Absolutely. Are we enjoying the whiskey? Do we like it?
Yeah, it's tasty, bright, light, and flavoursome. I'm not going to bore everyone with tasting notes, because everybody has their own tasting notes and has the experience to trust them.
And by the way, everything, that's a gift. This is a gift to me from Ralphie. And everything that I would ever consider gifting to Ralphie would never be for any other purpose than his own personal enjoyment, or because I think he might find it interesting. Ralphie, I didn't mean to call you or get an opinion on. That's not what it was for, buddy. Menno, are you enjoying it?
Too late now, Roy.
You enjoying it, Menno?
I'm enjoying it.
You're not.
Menno, can I ask you a question, please? Will we survive your quiz tonight?
Oh,
Are
absolutely.
you going to be really, really
No.
mean?
I can't be mean. It's Roy's birthday, in a way, so I can't be mean.
I think you're going to let a lot of people down, Menno, if it's anything other than a typical Menno quiz. Listen, I'm going to give a few people a shout out here. I just have to. My pal in Canada, Graham Young, has bought me a generous dram to say 8 years passing a flash, been here in the background from the very first vPub, lifelong friendships and wonderful times, and drams have been shared and many more to come. Cheers, and here's to many more to come. Listen, Graham, I've always managed to hook up with you when you're over in Scotland. It's one of my wee pleasures in life. You and your family as well. You're a pleasure to be around, and I can't wait to the next time, my friend. my pal and peer, Jeff Whiskey. Roy, you have done so much for the whiskey community and more for me than you will ever know, pal. Honestly, thank you. Jeff, it's reciprocal. I want everybody to see when they pick up a bottle of a Barfly bottling and the wee Barfly drawing on there. That drawing, the reason that's so cool and so sharp is down to Jeff Whiskey. Alistair Gray in Speyside has bought me. I think that's another dram, Alistair, tonight. Roy, you've brought whiskey people together, the best people together. COVID times were hard for us all, but for 2 hours, we could forget what was going on and get our whiskey geek on. You're getting a hug in March. That means you're coming down to the Independent Spirits Festival in March, Alistair. Can't wait, my friend. And when was the last time I managed to do a vPub in 2 hours? Red Sox. 367, that's Andrew. He's bought me a dram to say cheers to 8 years, Roy. Thank you all so much. Do you know what? I think what we'll do tonight is, because if it's appropriate, once the quiz is finished, we'll spend a couple of minutes, energy permitting, just to kind of raise a glass to everybody that's still hanging around. To everybody in the video chat, I don't know how this has gone down. I don't know if this has been a mess for you, if it's been fun for you, but it's feeling like I've literally got a wee gallery. Can we see everyone off on the side? Just give us a wee wave. There's about an 8-second delay, so it's going to see how long is it going to take for them to start waving. That's how long the live feed delay. There we go. That's about the size of the delay. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's amazing to see you all. There's Richard Holland, my God, David Wessoncraft, Justin in Hong Kong. This is crazy. Ambrose Devonish. Ambrose, first time I've met you, my friend, and he's holding up 2 Aqvavitae bottles. You superstar. Jerry Miller. Jerry's in. Taylor Ashley. And Paul Gidley. Fantastic, guys. Just
Roy,
amazing. Yes.
Can we give an honorable mention to Mirko, who is really channeling his inner Ouija here tonight?
Absolutely. Let's see. Where is our pal Mirko? Oh, he's got right at the top center of the screen. He's wearing the famous Wellington traffic cone on his head. Fantastic. I've got one of those hats as well, Mirko. But here's to you, fella. Here's to you in this camera, and here's to you in this camera. All right. I hope everyone is ready for the quiz at the end. I hope you're going to fathom a way to play along. Maybe what you can do, everyone that's there, remember how we play a quiz at the end when there's loads of us? We need pieces of paper, right, with big letters A, big letters B, and big letters C on there. So that we can, with Menno's countdown, he'll say 3, 2, 1, answer. And then we need to answer by holding up our piece of paper. And I always forget to have these things ready. But now I've got it ready. That's how quick it was to get ready. There we've got an A, a B, and a C, ready to play the quiz along at the end.
Hi, Justin Wayne.
Sorry?
Just want to say hi to Justin Wang. I think it's probably 5 in the morning
Arnie.
or something. The madman.
Oh, that's nice.
I need hold that up just for a moment longer. You gave me a cardboard cutout of that in 2024, right? I use it as a bookmark. It's upstairs. I think I would like the original of that. I look way more handsome in that than I do in real life. What a talent. Okay, are we ready for this? Are we ready for a bit of a troublesome Menno?
No.
Have you all got your wee pieces of paper ready? Fantastic. Beautiful. Ralphie, fair play to you, fella. Thank you. Let's go. Menno.
Do you think Roddy has deliberately missed his train home to avoid the quiz?
Yes.
Roddy was going to be... Well, I think... Yes, says Ralphie. I think, well, we could... Wait, I tell you what we'll do. Do you want to delay and give Roddy a few more minutes by me sharing some more photos with everyone?
Fine,
that would be nice. Just to share some more pictures with folk. Let's see if we can do that. These are people who have been sipping the Glasgow with us along the way. Let's see if I can make this work. Here we go. Hopefully there are no duplicates here. Hopefully we can see them all. We've got a bottle, nobody in the picture. Somebody did not get the Menno, but the Menno. The memo. This is from Odderty. That's from my pal Barry in Northern Ireland. This is from Mirko, of course. That's Mirko. He's currently got a traffic cone on his head, but that's him telling us exactly by the food and beverage choices that he's in Germany. You superstar, Mirko. Nice to see you sipping along with us, fella. Thank you. And there's my pal Jeff down south. Jeff Whiskey, of course. What an amazing guy with the bottle in hand. And then we've got Kyle Taylor. Now, I had no idea what Kyle looks like, but now I do. This is why this is so very cool. Even the folk that you don't meet, right? And he's just going for it straight out the bottle. Then we've got Franz. We've got Big Jimmy Jazz, of course. That's Jim Jensen in the background. We've got Jeff sitting down. And then we've got Franz's wife, Mary. I've seen this picture before. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you all for sharing that. I suspect that was probably Jimmy that was sharing that over there in the Northeast USA. And there's my pal, Highland Hamish. No, it's not Highland Hamish. Sorry, this is Sandy McDonald from a similar neck of the woods up north, in the very far north. Sandy, I hope him and his wife Brenda are both doing great. That's a fantastic cozy warm picture as well. Then we've got Arnie and the team, and then on the left we've got Peter Lee. We've got Denise, and in the middle we've got Amy along with Seb from Glasgow Distillery getting in on the spirit. That's a nice stunt to have pulled. I actually got a video through from Andy and Helen and also Peter and Denise, but I couldn't share it. I was trying to upload it before I went live tonight and they were both too big. StreamYard wouldn't let me share the videos. Fantastic to have the pictures. Thank you, guys. Oh, now you won't be able to hear that audio, right?
Happy birthday.
There you go. I couldn't make it work, but they managed to make it work. Did you hear that?
Brilliant.
Almost. Oh, there's Scotty Monroe. Fantastic. Fantastic big guy. Who do we have here? Kiwi Igor. That's amazing. First time I've seen Igor as well. Wonderful. Standing there down in the southern hemisphere with a bottle in his hand. Then we've got Billy Bennett. The first time I've seen Billy. That's amazing. So cool. These are amazing. This is nuts. We've got Chris Pollack as well. Chris, that's the first time I've seen you. Jesper. I think it's the first time I've seen Jesper as well. This is just fantastic. Another Dane as well. I'm wishing you the very best for the playoffs, my friend. Oh my goodness, that's Rob. Too slow. I don't think I've seen Rob before either. Rob, I feel like you've been here from the very beginning, my friend. This is almost emotional. Then we've got George P. This is incredible. It's almost too much. Just incredible. Who's this? Happy birthday, Roy's channel. From Greg in Paris. Brilliant. That's Greg's Whiskey Guide. Terrific stuff. Then we've got Yuri. Oh my goodness. Yuri from Belgium. I've never seen your face before, Yuri. What a beautiful man. Thank you for sending that in. We've got James McGoran. I would recognise you anywhere, fella. James, the Swedish Australian, as I like to refer to him. Oh, just so wonderful to see you, man. Who's this? Danny Hebbington. Of course, Danny. Of course, up in Speyside. Amazing. I've not seen these pictures. I'm suddenly nervous. There's going to be some nudity up here. I'll switch back very quickly. On taking the prize for the headgear of the night. This is Paul Gidley. Fantastic, Paul. Superb. Looking amazing. Who's this? Oh, this is Derek McGrainer. This is a guy who gave me the 10-year-old Loch Lomond. Of course, he doesn't have any left, so he's sitting there sipping the 12 and the 14. You superstar, Derek. I can't wait till the next time we hang out. You're maybe getting this sample right back at you. There's my pal in Norway, Roy Ovimir. And we've got Jerry Miller over in the States as well. Roy and Jerry were both able to join us in Glasgow. And then we're back to the beginning again. Just amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Sorry. That was very self-indulgent, but that's been seeing a lot of people for the first time. Listen, there's more and more pictures coming in all the time because the link is still there for people to upload it live. So there's more and more images dropping all the time. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a gallery on the Aqvavitae.com page. It won't be behind a paywall. Everyone can see these. I'm just going to load them all up. I'm going to put a name underneath each one of them. If anybody doesn't want their picture on the website for perpetuity, for posterity's sake, then let me know. But that's where they're all going to go. There's still more being uploaded right now as I speak to you. This is fantastic. Sorry, guys. Is Roddy here yet? Shall we give Roddy a call? What do you think the chances are? Ralphie, you know Roddy. What's the chances of Roddy answering his phone?
I think Roddy's fallen asleep in the train. He's had a long day. Finished with one of your drams, Roy. And an emotional time for him too.
Hello.
Hello, Roddy. Please be careful what you say. You are live on air on YouTube. We're just checking in with you because we're ready to go with the quiz at the end. But if you need just 1 or 2 more minutes, we're very happy to wait.
I'm about 7 minutes away from the house, so on the phone. But once I get into the house, then I'll be off. Better.
Okay.
Wi-Fi and stuff.
Okay.
So,
In that case, you take your time. We'll go ahead.
It's starting to blow up. I really hear it, mother. So give me a few minutes and I'll be with you.
Okay. In that case, we shall try. I tell you what, we'll have a wee5. We're going to wait for you. We've got Menno's here and waiting. Jimmy Legg is here. Arnie is here, and Ralphie is here. We're going to wait for you.
Signal's a bit rubbish on the phone, so like 5 minutes, eh?
Absolutely, Roddy. For everything that you've done for the vPub over the years, we'll be happy to give you 5 or 10 minutes. Take your time. We can chat amongst ourselves. See you soon. I did not expect Roddy to answer his phone. Okay. I tell you what I'm going to do. Shall we crack this open? Why is the silence? Why is it being given such reverence? Why is
It's not the reverence, Roy. The silence is that you can open and have a taste, but we can't because we're in another location. But that's fine, Roy, because do you know what? We're well provided for wherever we are.
You know what, Ralphie? You make a good point because I've suddenly realised that I think that you've just summarised 90% of the vPub content that goes out there.
Yeah.
It's me sipping a whiskey that no one else is able to sip at times. Certainly not at the moment I share it. But that's half of the point, right? So here we go. Arnie, this one's for you, fella.
Oh, please.
The last clean glass.
Excuse me, Roy. Just by the way, don't think you're going to flip that empty bottle on eBay, by the way, because we'll find out about it.
Aye, it's probably the first bottle I've ever released that's actually got significant value down to Arnie's art. That even if it's empty, it's a hell of a lot darker than you would imagine as well from me as well. So, Oloroso Sherry Hogshead. Oh, Ralphie, go and give us an exclusive. What's your whiskey of the year?
Nice try, Roy. Nice try. Let me give you an exclusive. I've not even made my mind up myself. As time goes on, it becomes strategic. I have to be very selective about what I'm choosing because I'm spoiled for choice. There are plenty of options out there, but I take it as an opportunity to send a message, as my single most important message of the year to the whiskey industry, to say, this is my whiskey for the year 2026. This is the one I recommend. I know fine well there's going to be a good...
You pick it looking ahead rather than your whiskey of the year.
Absolutely.
Year, right?
So we're looking ahead. So it's going to be basically, it's a messaging decision to the malt mates, to the whiskey informed. This is where I think whiskey's at. This is the reason. I will be reviewing it shortly, and then I'm going to review some of the Oswa winners.
Is someone getting a tattoo in the background or something?
Yes, but I wasn't
There
going to
was.
say anything because it was polite. I
It's
think,
my window.
is it?
Oh my goodness!
It's
really?
really stormy. I'll
So
go
it's
to
a
another
storm
room.
coming in the window.
Aye.
Well, what you can do is just toggle off and on your mute. Oh, you're just changing rooms. While Arnie's relocating, I'm going to say thank you to Original Mike in California, who's bought me a dram to say congratulations, Roy from California. Great community, raising a glass for many more years. Hope to share a dram in person one day. Mike, that would be amazing. Thank you so much, Mike B. I'm trying to work out which Mike that could be. Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much for the kind words and the generous dram. We've got Gino Camo, my pal in Canada as well. Fantastic. Cheers to 8 years, Roy, and a big thank you for all you do, my friend. Here in Germany now, and send a big virtual hug, buddy. Fantastic, Gino. Amazing. Enjoy your time in Germany. I'm sure you're missing your pal in Canada, Graham, right? Alistair McPhail, of course, Alistair. So good to see you. Cheers to you, Roy, and everyone else celebrating this occasion soon. Fantastic. Alistair, Gino, Mike, thank you very much. In the glass is the virtual malt. 1st of December it's coming out. It's amazing that over 100 of you have tried this already. Beautifully, almost stewed kind of dates and figs and prunes and booze.
Excuse me. So did you say booze? Right.
Yeah, it feels like.
Since when did booze become a tasting note? Come on.
Well, no, dates and figs and dried fruits and booze. It's a tasting note.
Is it?
Well, it's what pops into my head.
Is it?
Because let's be real here. Buckfast is booze, right? And I don't expect you to be giving a Buckfast tasting note here.
Hey, if I tasted Buckfast in a whiskey,
yes,
and that was what came to mind, I would use, but not only would I use it, but I would also fight for my privilege to be able to use whatever word comes to mind.
Right,
literally anything, whatever it is, even if it's Buckfast. I'll tell you the problem with Buckfast though, is that you need to try to the best of your ability to find tasting notes that other people can relate to. So that's fair enough. So when you're kind of going a bit nichey and a bit obscure there, not everybody knows what a bottle of. Sorry, did I say bottle of Bucky? Not everyone knows what a sip of Bucky tastes like.
Yes. Also known as Wreck the Hoose juice.
That's right. That's right. But it's not the drink, it's what we do with the drink, right, fella? It's
quality, not quantity. And although Buckfast does have its virtues, I'm going to second guess, Roy, just a hunch, that what you have in your glass is a cut above.
Ralphie, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Really good.
But I'll leave it at that. I've missed a dram from Justin in Hong Kong. A very, 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 very generous dram. He's saying, you're an inspiration, Roy. You might not have brought me into whiskey, but you've enhanced my experience with whiskey and more importantly, the people. 8 years is a fantastic achievement. Hopefully I'll see everyone next year sometime in Glasgow. We missed you this year in Glasgow, Justin. You brought so much last year when you were here. Thank you, buddy. And that's a terrifically generous dram for you to buy me, Justin. We'll see you very soon. Donner Pass Whiskey. Tim, congratulations again, Roy, for 8 years. Hard to believe it's been that long that you hit the go live button. I know it's crazy to me as well. My wife looks at me sideways regularly. Justin and Tim, thank you both. Cheers, boys. Thank you for hanging out with me while we make use of ourselves waiting on our overlord, Roddy Graham.
Overlord. No, come on, steady on now. Roddy's just Roddy.
He is just Roddy. But what a Roddy he is.
Absolutely.
Do you
We
miss
would have another
Glasgow?
order.
Do you miss the whiskey club, Ralphie?
What I particularly enjoy at the moment is the nostalgia of the Whisky Club back in the early days. I joined Glasgow's Whisky Club in 2003, 2004, not long after it had been founded. And in fact, it was a friend who was working at Oddbins, an off sales in Crow Road in the West End of Glasgow, by the name of Andy Bell. Still friends, lovely
And
chap.
Verarity, Andy.
Inverarity Andy, yes, Elach Andy. And
Wow.
he basically said, by the way, is this whiskey club, they're meeting at 2:00 on a Sunday afternoon at the Pot Still. And I said, well, I'm not going to be doing much else on a Sunday afternoon, so I'll join you. And we went along, and it was a presentation by John, Mark, and Robbo's vatted malt whiskey thing, and that was the beginning of it. It was a classic moment in time where the highlight was, in fact, when we decanted, no pun intended, to the Bon Accord under the watchful eye of Paul McDonough, bless him, who really had the vision to see where things were going. And we were writing tasting notes for Scottish newspapers for the club chairman, Bill McIntosh. And this is where things really sort of started to kind of take off, when we realized that actually we knew more than the industry intended us to know. And we've never looked back from there. We compiled some very articulate tasting notes for the Herald, Glasgow Herald, the Evening Times. And we started to build a more honest rapport with the distilleries who were used to dealing with traditional journalists. And in fact, I was appointed the first club's chanty wrestler. Now, you know what a chanty is. I shall explain it for the non-Scots. A chanty is a chamber pot, and the wrestler is the individual who shakes it. And the idea is that when someone is sleeping in and wasting the daylight of the day ahead, is that you go under their bed, you lift up the chamber pot, and then you shake it dangerously above them, suggesting that if they don't get out of bed, they're going to be showered with pish. And then they should have to carry the smell of pish throughout their day. So a good incentive to get up and get on with it. And this meant me going to a certain distillery and advising them that we had 3 different bottles of 17-year-old versions of their single malt. One of them was really bad, really, really bad. One of them was quite decent, and one was absolutely amazing. And I was given the task to sit down at the manager's table, desk in his office, and ask him why. And it was the first time this distillery had ever been confronted by informed whisky enthusiasts. It was quite a pivotal moment, quiet, unforeseen, unscripted, unannounced. It just happened. It was one of these little tiny steps on the massive staircase that all of us are stepping up.
For the record, I don't know the distillery that you mentioned. I don't. I'm not going to ask you either.
Glengoyne. Yeah.
However, I was just about to say, I picture fully what distillery as soon as you said the manager's table, the manager's desk.
Yeah.
Wow. What year would that have been, Ralphie?
That would be 2006, 2007.
So you were causing trouble way before Clive gave you a camera and told you to put your whiskey content on YouTube, right?
Way before it went online and became dangerous.
And how's Clive? Is his content still going strong?
His content's going great. He's he's very fortunate in that he is quite relatively autistic, and yeah, and that
Artistic.
artistically autistic, as many autistic people are, and that like many people who wouldn't function strongly in traditional environments, the internet has become a very, very useful medium of communication, and he's made the most of it. At the moment, he's doing unboxing of Temu products and analysing the dangerous nature of some Chinese-produced electrical apparatus, which does not comply with European electrical standards and therefore is likely to be involved in spontaneous combustion, unexpected moments.
Yep.
And there's a huge audience for that. And in fact, we've now got a bit of a tradition. He comes over on Christmas Eve, and we'll sit in front of the tree, and we'll have a brother to brother live stream in which my challenge is to irritate him, wind him up, and prepare him an alcoholic cocktail which gets him pished, but not too pished that he becomes libelous in what he's saying online.
Amazing.
In return, he tries to get the Timo Christmas lights going in the Ralphie household and sets everything on fire or something like that.
He does, absolutely. Yes, I do have a fire extinguisher handy, Timo. Menno, sorry. The cats will be involved at some point, and it is.
Take note, Arne, you want to make a drawing of this one.
Arne, I would like you to take yourself off mute, because I need everybody to cheer and give a round of applause to Roddy. Hey! And I know there's a 10-second delay, but you could get a cheer from all of these folks as well. There's a few of these that have joined a wee bit later. Fantastic. There is such a delay, but it's just so wonderful. Listen, to all of you, I know that my lips, the words that are coming out of my mouth do not match what I'm saying to you right now, but I just want to say thank you to you all for hanging out. I hope there's been some fun for you and chatting amongst yourselves where you've been watching along and looking at the side of my head all night. Thank you all. Thank you so much. We maybe only have to do this once. Okay, so cool. Roddy, are you comfortable?
You're muted.
You are muted. Yeah. No. We need to give Roddy a couple of minutes. He's plugging in a different mic. He's now changing. Yay!
There we go.
The truth be told, and I know that we're going to give you another reason to put your hands up in the air like this. The truth be told, we don't need to hear you. We just need to see you.
Okay.
You can use your fingers.
I see.
Oh, you've been here before. You
did there. No idea why the mic's not working, but anyway, we're here now.
Are you settled? Are you feeling okay? Yes.
I believe so. It was blowing a bit of a hoolie out there.
Well, I could hear it through the phone, and so could I held the phone up at the mic so everybody could hear how stormy it is. But even before we called you, there was a ghost literally trying to come in Arnie's window and break into the live stream. He had to change location because the window was whistling so loud. Anyway, Jimmy, I realised that we didn't have much of a chance to hang out tonight. I hope that's okay. Maybe we can have you along in a future session. It's everything, the wheels have come off a wee bit. But it's fantastic. Peter Lee has bought me just before we start the quiz at the end, Peter Lee's bought me a dram. Fantastic, Peter. Thank you so much. What a superstar Arnie is. A very humble and understated man. With so much hidden talent, Denise and I was just fortunate that he crossed his path and with us leading to great friendship, just like David, James, Amy, Alistair, Rolf. That's Peter obviously reacting to you giving them a wee shout out earlier, Arnie. Peter Lee to Denise and Amy and everybody that you look after. Thank you guys. Thank you for your dram. Cheers. The Lees, as we saw earlier on. I wish I'd put Helen and Andy's wee video up now that I knew that you could almost barely hear it. Anyway, let's not hold up things any longer. Please, we are ready for some punishment. Menno. Can I just say, Menno, anytime I reach out to you and just say, are you up for doing a quiz? You're like, yeah. And you sit along, you watch in the background, and the effort that it takes to put the quiz together, honestly, it means so much. Thank you, Menno. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you for
not just to me, but you look after the people that do the pop-up vPubs and everything as well. I need to get the nice words out of the way now because I suspect I'm not going to want to say anything nice to you in a wee bit.
You'll be fine.
We'll be fine, shall we? Okay.
Okay, so
It's over to you.
celebration quiz at the end, and let's start with question 1. That's where we usually start, no? So, which of these distilleries have or had an 8-year-old whiskey as an official release? Would that be A. Ardbeg, B. Glendronach, or C. Glenfiddich?
Oh, I like.
Had, Menno?
Have or had an 8-year-old whiskey as an official release at some point or currently?
Have or had. I'm going to play safe with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Okay. Then answers in 3, 2, 1. We got A's, B's, B's. Ralphie's going for B. Well, I can tell you that, of course, there is the Glendronach, the Helen, the 8-year-old.
Yep.
But there also was the Ardbeg up for discussion, and Glenfiddich used to have an 8-year-old pure malt back in the 1980s or something, I think. So all 3 were correct. The proverbial, the obligatory freebie for everyone.
Fantastic. Nobody goes home on the vPub celebration on a donut. Thank you, Menno. Thank you.
Okay, then question 2. Which of these distilleries was founded in 2017? Would that be A. Aberargie, B. Lochlee, or C. Inchderny? And it's, of course, a banana skin because they're all founded very close to each other, and immediately the gloves come off.
It's supposed to start out very easy.
No.
I'm ready, but I'm not confident already. And if I'm not going to get a 10 out of 10 tonight, it might as well be the second question that takes the wheels off.
It's a bit ass-hattery, I admit, because they're all founded in 2017 or 2016 or 2018 or something like that. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but sorry, not sorry. Okay, answers in 3, 2, 1. A from Arne C.
Oh my God, no.
Ralphie on a B, and immediately things go sideways for a few of you because it was indeed A. Aberargie. Come on, Jimmy. Come on, Arnie.
You suck, Roy.
We'll just pretend that question never happened and move on to question 3. After there being just a one flag bearer of Lagavulin 16, an 8-year-old was released initially to celebrate the distillery's 200th anniversary. But when was this? When was Lagavulin 8-year-old first released? Was that in 2015, B in 2016, or C in 2017? This should be easier if you know that it was to celebrate their 200th anniversary, I hope. Oh, Jimmy's got one.
I have a bottle.
I'll allow peeking. Are you confident-ish, Roy?
Yes, I
Okay.
have a bottle. I literally have a bottle.
Roddy less so.
of this. I think Roddy sold me the bottle of this that I have.
I like that Roy's the dumb one in the room that Menno has to ask about it.
Okay.
Roy?
3, 2, 1. Answers, please. A. Yes, Jimmy. Of course. B. B. O. Arne. Alfie. It was indeed in 2016.
Oh, no.
Does that mean that Jimmy Legg and Ralphie and Roddy are all still on 3? And Arnie? No, Arnie's not. He just slipped up.
Arne slipped up. I think Jimmy's the only one who's still on a perfect score so far.
I'm on 2 for 3.
So
I'm on
Jimmy's the
1.
only one that's in the game. Okay, that's fair enough.
Question
Couldn't happen to a
4.
better guy.
Staying on Isla, when was Bruichladdich Octomore first released? Was that in A, 2008, B, 2010, or C, 2015?
Oh, Menno, this is brutal.
Is it now? It's all around the team of 8. It's been along for a while, I can tell you that much. Roddy's happy?
Roddy knows this?
I remember tasting this when it was first released.
What
You
age
better
was
get
it
this
when it was
one.
first released?
I'm a
5?
6-year-old.
Because it was at a wine fair, and after I tasted it first thing in the morning and couldn't taste anything else for about 3 hours.
Was that around 2010, Roddy?
Ish, you know.
Give or take a couple of years.
or 5, maybe, you know.
Oh,
Can we have a joker so I can phone Max Kreitner?
Phone a friend.
Phone a friend, yeah.
I don't know this.
Okay, then the crowd is fairly confident.
Are
So
they?
if
Why
you
am I
want
not
to
looking
take
at the
if
crowd?
you want to take a sneak peek at the chat,
I see. Oh, okay, that's what I got in my hand. Thanks, crowd.
okay, then 3, 2, 1. Answers, please. Okay, some of you are indeed redeeming yourselves. It was in 2008. I'm sorry. Answer A. Well done.
Wow.
3, 4, thank you.
Well done. Question 5 is always the picture question. And the question is, of course, where are we? And there's a bit of a clue in the picture. But the question is, of course, are we in the lowlands, B, in the highlands, or C, on the islands? Where are we?
Is that a man with no head?
I hope not.
That's what I see. I see a man with no head.
I think he's sort of bending or something,
Okay.
looking down. Mhm. Do you recognize the distillery?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
I hope so.
Okay, there's a clue.
I haven't been there.
Of course, also themed around today's occasion.
If it's not Kilkerran, Springbank, or Loch Lomond,
Then you lost, yeah. Okay, answers in 3, 2, 1. B. Brother thinks we're in the lowlands. Ralphie is confident we're in the islands. Roy is confident we're on B. Where are we, Roy? Which distillery is it? Do you think?
That's Ryan Sutherland's work, isn't it? No. Is it not 8 Doors?
Absolutely, it's 8 Doors. So we're on the in the highlands. Well done.
I was sweating there for a second when you paused, Menno.
I have to switch between tab pages. So
3 for 5. 3 for 5.
Well,
Same.
4 for 5.
well done.
2.
Jimmy. 5 for
5
5.
for 5 for Mr.
Excellent.
Leg.
The Lexer is killing it.
Yeah.
One might
Question.
cheat a bond with the crowd. Sorry.
Question 6 then. Of course, here a picture of the 8 Doors Distillery. Question 6. Which of these claims about 8 Doors Distillery is not true? Is it that A, it is the most northerly distillery on mainland Scotland? Is it B, it takes its name from a legend about a man who built an octagonal house with 8 entrances to solve a quarrel about his succession? Or is it C, they are about to release a 5-year-old inaugural whiskey? 2 of these are correct. 1 is a lie I made up.
I feel confident about this, but I felt confident about question 2.
Mm-hmm.
You have a
And I
lot
got that wrong.
a lot of misplaced confidence, I find.
I'm ready when you are.
If you know
Phil.
the answer to one question, you might know the answer to the second question as well.
Yes, yes,
That way
yes.
you can make up what's right and what's wrong. 3, 2, 1. A, C, C, B. Why did you went with A, Roy? I wonder.
Because North Point is the most northerly distillery now.
Okay, then that's my bad because I thought it was indeed still the most northerly distillery. So everybody takes a point, and the false info was they're about to release a 5-year-old.
You're absolutely far more likely to be correct than I am. So whoever answers me is.
Well, if there's discussion, then everybody takes a point. That's the rule. So
No.
I'm with Roy on this, Menno. None of us get points, apart from those who said C. I'm 3 for 6.
I think
Menno himself.
I think 8 Doors is still the most northerly. I think it is. I think it is
near John O'Groats. And John O'Groats.
Yeah.
Was a Dutchman, I think. So, and there's indeed a legend that his 7 sons had a fight over who got to inherit it a lot. So we built a house with 8 separate doors, 1 for him and 7 for his sons, or something like that.
7 sons. Yeah.
And it's also the insiders club or the people who are buying or future releases from them, I think. 7 Doors Club or something.
But I also should have just thought for a heartbeat, because even if they release in 2026, I don't think it's possible that it's going to be a 5-year-old, right?
No, they're only started distilling in 2022 or something.
Ah, shit. I'm here for the company, thankfully.
Okay, and the 8 Doors thing, that there's so many places in Scotland that because that's a Covenanter thing, is it not, to have a kirk that's got multiple exits in case you get chased by the non-Covenanters?
Excuse me, gentlemen. Sorry to interrupt the proceedings, but I'm absolutely bursting for a pish. So I'm going to go outside the bothy and have a pish, and I'll be joining you back shortly. Please don't proceed without me. Carry on with your conversation. 6 doors, 7 doors, 8 doors, 9 doors, however many doors it takes, I will be rejoining you shortly.
We'll be here waiting, Ralphie.
So there's the round kirk at Bowmore, and then there's the kirk at just south of Lanark, north of Lanark, sorry, that was built in the same way, that had multiple exits, so that if you were being pursued by the government, you could make a swift exit through many different exits. So I wonder if it's the same thing.
Well, Bowmore was about hiding for the devil, no?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
the devil couldn't hide in a corner. That's the reason why they built a rancher.
I'm fairly sure the Bowmore Kirk was built that way because of the religious wars. I think it's been retconned to suggest that it's about hiding for the devil, but it'll be the same thing as
Probably.
as the other, the southwest of Scotland, where the religious wars were ferocious. You had to be able to do that.
The things you learn in the vPub.
May I say something, Roy?
Yes, of course. Just speak up, Jimmy. You're usually not shy about speaking up.
Well, I'd like to interrupt Roddy. He's the only guy who really knows anything. I wanted to tell you and Arnie how you made my wife happier than in that one picture that you put on that bottle than anything I've done in my entire 35 years of being married to her. Very saddening.
I love you and Angie, Jimmy. It's amazing to have you here, fella. It's amazing. Are you coming to Scotland in 2026?
She's just ecstatic about that. I don't know why. You know that I am. I've told you several times.
I want you to tell the planet that you're talking about it, because then it'll feel like you're committing and it's real.
Oh, we're committed, barring death.
I'm surprised they let him back into Canada, to be honest, after last.
I want to see this blind tasting thing.
Oh yeah.
We're very forgiving here in Canada.
Okay, shall we proceed, gentlemen?
Please proceed.
If Ralphie is comfortable.
I'm
There are
comfortable.
pass marks
It's okay.
to be made. Okay, moving on to distillery, which I think. Oh, another question. How many distilleries were founded in 2017, the same year in which Roy first said hello, whiskey folk? And you will see there's a tiny little ass hat in the bottom left corner. Is it A, as much as there have been barfly bottlings?
Oh wow.
B,
Oh, yeah.
as much as there are operational Highland Glen distilleries? Or is it C, as much as there were distilleries founded between 2000 and 2010?
Could I just comment here and say that is an absolutely mean Menno question.
Yeah, Menno, I don't want to ever see you on the vPub again, Menno. I'm sorry,
I
but
understand. It's been a long way coming, but
Hold it.
oh man, absolutely savage.
How many barfly bottlings have there been, Roy?
I don't know, Jimmy.
You do.
It depends if he's including the virtual malt. He's saying half the been past tense. Okay.
Until
So in that case, we've had 8. The 8th for the 8th year anniversary was coincidentally also 8. 3 Loch Lomans, a Daffmill, an Ardnahoe, 2 Ardnamurchans, a Glasgow, and then the virtual malt will be 9. So yeah, 8.
8. So that's it.
And since we're celebrating the 8th anniversary of the vPub, the correct answer should be 3, 2, 1.
Do it, Ralphie.
Oh, come on, Roddy. I was handing it to you on a plate.
Oh, Roddy went C.
Man.
Jimmy was actually feeding us, which is uncanny. Ross
Menno,
got us a wee dram to say, wheels. Where are the wheels?
I'm not taking any commentary from you at this time, Menno. I'm sorry, but
it was an asset, and then again it wasn't because it was on team and etc. Okay.
I've never been keen on Belgium. I just want you to know
I
that.
understand.
Yeah.
Going to a distillery Roy is quite fond of. gentlemen, if you please. Which of these claims about Ben Rinnes is not true? Is it that A, within the first 70 years of operating, it both burned down and got completely flooded, but obviously not at the same time? Is it B, until well in the 21st century, they also produced triple distilled spirit? Or is it C, it is Diageo's oldest operating distillery?
No clue.
Which of these is not true?
Not true.
Okay, that's important. I just helped everyone there, right?
Okay, Menno, I'm willing to talk to you again.
How are our scores doing?
I'm on 3 out of 7.
Oh. So, Canadian flag is flying high this evening. I think Jimmy's on a 6 for 6 or a 7 for 7 even. How about you, Arne?
Jimmy, are you still on 7?
I'm on 5 out of 7.
I'm on 5, Arnie.
5 for 7.
You know.
Pass mark. Ralphie on a 5 as well. 4. Okay, you'll get her. Then answers in 3, 2, 1. C. Well done. Diageo's oldest operating distillery is in fact what?
Oban.
Sorry,
Oban,
Arnie.
indeed. It's Oban. Second to last question. In the 1970s, up until the first whiskey log, the world's leading market for malt whiskey was what? A, the US, B, Italy, or C, the UK? This is again somewhat inspired by Roy.
Malt. What? This is malt whiskey, right?
Yep. Malt whiskey.
Italy? Can't be Italy.
It's all the questions are made with Roy in mind. So.
But you don't need to help them anymore, Menno. Especially not Mr. Legg.
How is that even a clue? Come on.
It has to be one. It has to be one of them because it wouldn't be in there any otherwise.
Were you looking for
You know
France?
what I mean?
Okay.
I was looking for something other than the one it must be because it's there.
Okay, then 3, 2, 1. Come on, Jimmy. I'm banking on you. It's B. I've lost all faith in Roddy, I have to say. Italy.
Savage.
It's
Absolutely
what,
savage.
it's what got Roy into whiskey in the first place.
You disparaged his nation, Roddy.
Okay, then it's time for the last question and the real asshat of the evening. Brace yourselves, gentlemen.
Wait. Let's. What's the score?
Okay, scores. Yes.
I've lost. I'm on 7 for 9. The best I can do is 8 out of 9. Even if I get the asshat, it's an 8 for me tonight. While I read out some scores from the chat because we've just ignored those. This is what happens. Let us know what your scores
Alistair,
are.
of course, 9 for 9. Sid, 8 for 9.
Dave the Brave's on a 9 out of 9. Gus PW's on
Come
an
on,
8.
guys.
Sid Macker's on an 8.
See?
Alistair McPhail's on a 9. Any other
Kim?
9s? Jerry Miller's on a 9. Fantastic. Lots and lots of people already on an 8. Ian Bruce is also on a 9. We're going to get beaten. We're going to get beaten by Jimmy Legg and all the other knowledgeable folk.
Come on, Jimmy.
Whiskey Mirko's on a 9. Daisy's on a 9. Fantastic. Listen, there's lots of people going to be celebrating tonight, Menno. It's just me that's a bit rubbish. Okay, take it away.
Roy,
Come on,
can I
Roy.
just? Yeah, thanks, Menno. I'm on a 4 for 9, Roy. So
You need
Let
to
me
ask
know.
that for a pass mark.
Oh. And
What can I say?
Menno, like, I tell you what, Roddy, see if you don't get a pass mark tonight. You and I are taking a flight to Brussels. We're going to pick up a wee transit van. Fill it with
I'll
paraffin.
be waiting at the airport welcoming you, so you can punch me in the face.
If he says bag of mine, hide, Menno.
I absolutely will, Menno. I absolutely will. You're getting a tin of custard dumped on your head.
And I would accept it. But we have to remember that tonight we have to face the fact that the real Scotia is Nova Scotia this evening.
Yeah, no, I don't accept that.
Yeah, okay.
Can we pause the proceedings until I go and get some vermouth?
You're gonna make him cry before the camera.
I am.
Okay, let's get this done with then. All of Scotland's 8-year-old distilleries today produce what? Is it A, about as much as the combined age of all the Barfly releases so far in 100,000 liters per annum? B, about the same as all of the Diageo-owned distilleries that start with a vowel? Or C, about the same as the distilleries owned by Angus Dundee?
Oh
And
my
because
God.
I'm a bastard, but I'm not an asshole. So A is about 6.9 million. B is approximately 10 million. And C.
Is somebody calling for help?
Yes, may I help you?
Yeah. Can you tell me the answer? Just so
Menno, you absolute asshat. Honestly.
Yep. I'm sorry, I got carried away.
This is like those people that measure speeds in like furlongs per fortnight or something like that, you know.
This
Roy,
is taking the concept of an asshat and made it like just.
I know the answer, Roy.
You know the answer.
I know it exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
When my phone rang, I thought it was my wife calling from the bedroom, telling me to keep it quiet.
And if you think about it, Roy, you'll know it too because it's your favorite answer.
All right,
Gentlemen,
let's get the humiliation over with. Come on.
The suggestion that I could figure this out in a rational way makes this hurt even more, Jimmy. I can only think of 2 Diageo distilleries that begin with a vowel, Oban and a Thrusk. Any more?
There's one more. Inchgauer.
Okay.
So.
Okay,
answers.
I'm just going to guess.
Come on, Jimmy. Knock it out of the park. 3, 2, 1.
Shit.
Well, that sums it up.
Jimmy hacked you, Menno.
That sums it up. I don't know, but he's correct.
Oh!
Well done.
All right, so I have to.
Jimmy Leg has hacked Menno.
Yep.
I'm resigning from the Barflies. I'm sorry, but 4 out of 10. You know.
No.
You know what that means?
Well, it means that I get 7, and Jimmy Leg, you got a live on air, no help from the crowd, fathoming it all out.
Ralphie, do you have any spare gold vignettes to send to Jimmy for this evening's quiz?
Yeah, send Jimmy Leg one of your stickers, Ralphie, just for tonight. My goodness, did anyone get a 10? Jerry Miller is celebrating a 10 out of 10 on a Menno quiz. How on earth did you do that? Dave the Brave is celebrating a 10 out of 10. Ian Williamson is saying, well done all you. Well, I suppose it is N because we've got Dave, we've got Ian, and we've got Jimmy Leg. We've got Jimmy on a 10. Wow. I'm looking for how did Daisy get on? She was on a 9. No, she never made it.
Oh, sorry, Daisy. Jack went on a 9.
Oh my goodness! Well, I got a 7, and I feel like I come out of that unscathed by getting a 7.
No. The 7 is a very, it's a very respectable score for what I just pulled this evening. So
Jimmy's just shown off how little whiskey he actually drinks, because I gave him that about 2 years ago, right?
That's wild.
I swear, Menno, I'm coming to Belgium,
Right now to celebrate.
hunt you down, and I'm going to cover you in custard.
Is that the celebration dram, Jimmy? Jimmy Leg?
whatever floats your
That's
boat,
right.
Roddy.
Yes. Look at that.
Let's raise a glass to our 10 out of 10s, to Dave the Brave, to Ian. I'm trying to look to see if there's any more. And, of course, to our man in Canada, to Jimmy Leg. You deserve a nice 35-year-old Brora to wash down the joy. Cheers.
Maybe some Cameron Bridge new make.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, no, the thing is that I think you were here when I poured you that sample from the bottle, right? I think you were. Anyway, doesn't matter. Menno.
Thank you for the quiz, Menno. It was mean, it was nasty, and we are humiliated.
No, you're not. You got a 6 out of 10 on it.
Yes,
Pretty
I did
brutal
get a
quiz,
6 out of 10, actually.
so-
And I feel that, obviously, everybody knows I did better than Roddy. That's the main thing.
Where is Roddy?
Piece
The
of
walk
bugger
of
off.
shame
He just went for a
is taken
cry.
alone. It's taken on its own, Roy. He is now walking out into the garden
He's headed-
for a cry.
He's screaming at the trees.
Yes.
he's headed to Belgium.
He's opening his custard and he's emptying it over in his own head as a dress rehearsal for later.
Listen, I always say for the quiz at the end, even the difficult questions, the Ask Hattery, it should prompt some inspiration. It should prompt some curiosity. It should kind of lead you to explore or look into things a wee bit more. I have to say, none of that existed.
I had
And it's
zero
exactly, I think it's exactly what I encouraged you to bring, Menno. We didn't want a kind of warm fuzzy. We wanted it to be everything that it's become over the years. We want it to be intimidating. We want it to be brutal.
And the thing is, when I build them, each time I think this isn't that hard. But of course, I'm not the one who has to endure it. I'm the one building it. So,
Right, Ralphie, what were you saying? You were grateful about your score because
Because I did better than Roddy. Hello, Roddy. You've arrived just in time to hear me. Yes.
note.
Yes.
Roddy, did you get the answer? Did you make
I shall open a tin of custard tomorrow. I shall empty it over my own head, and I shall enjoy the experience.
Absolutely savage. And here I thought we were pals, Ralph.
Yeah, but not in a Menno quiz, Roddy. You know, let's get real in this.
Yeah, apparently it's every person for themselves in a Menno quiz.
Yes.
Yes.
Menno,
The-
you really do bring out the
Sitting
best
there.
in us.
All full of himself, because he get 10 out of 10, looking all smug, etc., knowing that he has absolutely outclassed those onliners who think there's something special. Well done, Jimmy.
Yeah, and can we all wait for a minute till I go and get some vermouth, by the way?
We know that on the 22nd of
I
January for the
respect
Roddy
almost
vPub,
all of you.
there will be vermouth involved.
I've
What would you
actually changed my Roy avatar just in anticipation of the Roddy quiz, of the Menno quiz.
No, hold it. Yeah, that's so true.
Yes.
Happy 8 years, Roy. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
You're putting on a-
Actually, Arnie, hand on heart, there are Menno quizzes and there are Menno quizzes, and unfortunately, that was a Menno quiz. So to come out of it with a 7 tonight, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. It's a pass.
Well done.
And I'm very, very happy. And I'm happy. 5 and above is all it took to get a pass mark tonight. So I'm glad that all of us.
Yes. Yeah.
Apart from me, thanks. Yes,
Most
thank
of
you,
us-
thank you,
most
thank
of us.
you.
Well, I think if we added up all our scores and then amortized it over the 6 of us, our average would be well above 5. It would be.
I'm not. No, that is not even remotely funny, Mr. Duff. You can just get yourself into the Clyde right now.
Yeah, too late, Roy. You've blown it.
I will not be entertaining any kind of comedy comments from Mr. Duff, or from Belgium, or from Canada either. So you can all just get in the Clyde right now.
Absolutely. And Roddy, I'm
Menno.
on your side, by the way. I think it's an absolute injustice because you are a guru, you are a source of infinite wisdom. And,
Well, apparently not, Ralph. Apparently not.
Well, I would disagree, by the way. Totally disagree.
I would love to thank our quizmaster tonight for being
But you
the
won't.
absolute king and commander of leveling everyone, right? And that's exactly what it is. If we're going to have a quiz at the end, and if we're going to have a Menno quiz at the end, it should be exactly this. It should be fun. It should be tongue-in-cheek. It should be as much to do with chance. It should be a wee bit of competitiveness and a lot of fun. Listen, guys, I'm going to say thank you to you all of you, for hanging out with me for over 3 hours tonight. It's amazing for the effort that you put in, for the support, for the brain trust, for just being there most of the time, for everything that you do. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to spend 5 minutes speaking to everybody that's still here, despite the wheels coming off a long, long time ago. And we'll wind things up. Do you agree? Can we raise a wee glass?
Yeah, let's raise a glass.
We raise a glass to us and to next year, and for us all being guardians of this amazing thing that we've put together, despite Menno trying to tear it apart every now and again. But that's exactly why he's here. If we can survive.
It's what Menno is here for.
Right.
It's exactly right. That's exactly right, Ralphie. To Menno, to us, to Angie. Hiya, Angie. To all of us. And to Arnie, having a late night cup of tea. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Arnie. Arnie, cheers.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon, Arnie. Jimmy and Angie, if you're still here at the end post-credits, I'll raise a wee glass to you post-credits. Same goes for you too, Ralphie, my friend. Thank you so much for supporting and thank you for hanging out with us as well. Thank you for being such a good spirit and a good humour too. Menno, thank you. Thank you for coming along and doing what you just always do. Nobody does it like that. Nobody does it like you. It's brutal, and yet we're all here for it. Listen, Jimmy Legg proved to us tonight that it's possible. So did Ian tonight. So did, I'm just about to forget who else got a 10 out of 10 tonight. Do you remember?
Jerry, and he immediately announced he's retiring from the quiz.
Oh, my goodness.
And
it shows that it's possible. It shows that it's possible. But the Menno quizzes, even leaning on the crowd, even you need a hell of a lot of luck as well. It's a wee bit like Scotland qualifying for the World Cup. Menno, I love you, my friend. I have not met you yet. You're one of the very few that I still have to track down. Maybe next year or sometime soon, I'll be able to do such a thing, my friend. Thank you for being here. It feels like you've been here from the beginning, buddy. I love having you around.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Thank
Menno.
you.
And thank you to all of you. It's wild. I never got through all of the photos that were submitted. I thought I would have a couple of dozen maybe. I ended up sharing about 50 pictures with you all tonight, and there's still more coming in. I'm going to build a gallery on the Aqvavitae.com page for that. To everybody that's hanging out in the video chat at the end, thank you all so much. Thank you. It's still hanging out. I hope that there's been some fun in doing this tonight. I have to say it's very, very likely we'll try it again. I don't know how much you've enjoyed it, but it's fantastic to see you still there. I'm going to pop in a wee while, but I'll need to mute this mic to speak to you and say thank you. But before I do that, I'm going to say thanks to Andy Hells, Andy and Helen, of course, celebrating being a member for 2 months. No, that's a new membership they've taken out. I've uploaded a video to the Dropbox link. Happy 8th. Thank you both so much. And Original Mike is also joined the Barflies. Thank you all for your super, super generous drams tonight. Thank you all for your understanding for when the wheels were inevitably going to come off tonight. I need whiskey in the glass. I've still got some in this one. Thank you all for your support from 2017 until 2025. I hope that despite the kind of blowout and the messiness and the chaos that was always going to be tonight, that you'll be here next week. The vPubs to the rest end of the year are pretty much scheduled now. There's a cast strength vPub next week. We almost missed the cast strength session this year. There's just been so much going on. And then we're going to be on location from a secret location. I bet that you're not going to be able to guess where we're coming from in 2 weeks' time. And then at the end of the year, it'll be a week before Christmas, and we'll have our wee Christmas party, our wee get together, a wee bit of a fun kind of gamified session before we roll into the winter shutdown. And I'll see you all back here in January again. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to get a chance to share with you all the changes that's happening in terms of how you support the content, but understand that nothing is really truly changing, and you don't need to take any action if you don't want to. But it's been 8 years, and it feels like 1 or 2. It feels like nothing. If I had been shown that this could feel like this 8 years from when I started, I think I would have been too intimidated to start it. But little by little, you've helped me, and you've built the confidence in me and believing that there's a reason for this, and there's enough people out there who care. We're not after the people who don't really care or don't really get it or are not interested. It's okay. They have other outlets. For those of us who are here, and for those of us who care, thank you. I really, really, I feel like I am not going to tire from this anytime soon. 8 years has felt every bit the privilege that it feels like nothing. It feels like it's just gone so quickly. And I'm ready for however many years lie ahead. I hope you'll join me. But until then, I'll remind you all that you're very dearly loved. Slanchiva.